Hey guys, Tales of Turam here. We're back with our Saturday campaign, which is the D&D campaign known as Gnome Homes. I'm here today with Gesh,
Hello.
who is playing which character?
Ikram?
Okay, the Azimir then, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That almost got one shot.
Yep. Here playing with Rawl,
Hello.
who's playing Rawl. I am here with Bob Sauce, who is playing.
Stephanie.
Okay. Zeus is not here today. Don't know why. Hasn't responded. I assume his internet's out. However, we do have a guest here today who may be joining us unless they decide to just leave for some reason. Big Shot, if you'd like to say hi.
What's up?
They may join us. They may not. If I find
I am.
I know, but if you decide not to, or if you decide you don't want to, basically is the only reason. But yeah, this is who we're playing with today. And last session, I don't know if I recorded their audio because I just pulled up the D&D scene on my OBS and it said they were muted. I don't know how long that was or if I did that when I was recording songs for the channel, but we'll see. Anyways, yeah, that's basically all. So last session, the party fucked up. The party had been asked by recently after transporting themselves back to Oridon. They had asked Barnabas for a teleport to Agaburst, which he knew of Agaburst, so he could attempt to transport them there because he knew where it is on the map, but he hasn't been there personally. The party then was offered the rights to this if they were to pay him or do a favor for him. The party decided to look into the House of Shadows for him, well, Rawl specifically. The party investigated the House of Shadows, many of them being kidnapped before that, after talking about Elephant Dick for an hour. Rawl and Tentussi came back Actually, no, they went to the church to speak with the individual heading the investigation. Strauss Vaughn, I believe his name is, or Von Strauss, the high
Von
cleric.
Strauss.
Yeah, Von Strauss, a high cleric. After a tense and strange talk with him, they eventually figured out this guy is definitely weird, and were on guard when he mentioned he could lead them to where one of the first kidnappings happened. As they were leaving the room, Von Strauss turned around and cast a spell at them, a banishment spell, which immediately failed, and then he had a lightning bolt cast at him. The party then, through the use of some nice magic items they had acquired once before, these two managed to skirt by the encounter and not die. The encounter was not supposed to happen, but they made it happen. And as they managed to just barely escape within an inch of their lives, they teleported to Barnabas' estate and were dragged in by the other two that were investigating the case. As the siren, or the bells of the city, rang and golden flames began to spurt up on the walls, warning flames as martial law was enacted again for the second time within the week. The party began to discuss with Barnabas what they could do as Barnabas broke the spells commanding them for secrecy. Just then, Barnabas noticed that forces were starting to pile outside of his establishment and mentioned that he can wind back the time for the group about 12 hours, as he had last made a save point with a magic item. The group would be in his debt tremendously for wasting this precious item, and because Rawl wasn't awake, the group agreed to this. The group then had to hold back swaths of enemies for a few minutes, as it took Barnabas about an hour to attune to this item, and in the last minutes of that hour, a paladin of the church, as well as multiple clerics and clergymen, broke in. The paladin strode in atop a Barlgura, a demon, which was affixed with armor and heavy tusks and fists. Combat ensued, in which the new members of the group, the satyr and the elf, managed to hold off this onslaught of men with a nicely made hypnotic gaze or hypnotic pattern, and some nice shooting with their Zephyr strikes. Barnabas began to cast the spell to bring them back in time to the save point, and as the spell was going off, the elf, dragging the satyr who had been injured, dropped them just before leaping towards the group who was about to teleport, due to his speed being reduced. The satyr, who was stuck in time, watched as the world became corrupted and started to be eaten by this blackness, this void, before he was thrust outside of the world, the timeline itself, and into an hourglass, with two deserts, one floating above the other. The rest of the group found themselves thrust into their bodies from before as they felt themselves, and the elf out of place for where he should be in the timeline, as they saw their elephant friends and their Ozimir friend walking in. Well, their elephant friend was already in. And Roll, in the place that you had just finished talking to Barnabas about the information you needed to gather for him. At this point, that is where we end the background of what's happening. Is there any questions from anybody here?
Did we take a long rest? No.
No.
Okay, so we're still the same health we got.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
I think I did level you guys up, right?
No. You told us this.
What level are you guys?
You did.
You did?
Well, what level are you guys?
I'm level 3.
Level 5.
I'm level 4.
Yeah.
What the
okay,
fuck?
What the fuck happened? I think I mentioned to you guys you should Okay, so anybody who is not level 4, level up to level 4.
You.
Gesh is level 5 because his character is coming in and is new, and I decided some of you guys needed to be higher levels for what's going on. He will not be leveling up at certain points, and I will be getting you guys to that level to match him at certain points, as long as you do well in the game. Anyways, so anybody who's not level 4, go to level 4. As the experience courses through your body and your mind, as you all find yourselves resting in this place, let me get some music started for you guys. Not the music that I've made for the channel.
But I want that synthwave shit.
It's not synthwave. It's me on electric piano trying to
I
create
want that.
indie music.
I want that yoinky sploinky beat. Come on, schmuck.
What he said?
The yoinky sploinky. You don't know anything about yoinky sploinky, boy.
I assure you I do.
You merely adopted the yoinky sploinky. I was born in it, molded by it.
All right. So, as the party feels this knowledge pierce through their brains of this psychic connection to a world that once existed but won't exist. As the timeline frays, we watch as within this darkened void, this just piercing web of glowing light frays heavily, and we watch as this large spider sits above it with white skin, begins to pull it back together, threading it into one piece. As he sees it not perfect, as he begins to make it perfect. The group, as you all get there and your bated breath begins to come back to you, about to exclaim what just happened, all of you seeing the knowledge in your eyes, except for the others, the ones that didn't join you in that strange event. You suddenly feel almost like spider-web-like wires suddenly hitting around all of your bodies and pulling tight as this electric force energy hits you all, and you all feel it sapping parts of your personality, your visages. As we've already gone over the detriments of breaking time. So, if you have not done that with your characters, please do so. At this point, as you all feel this frying hit you, the Loxodon looks at what's going on and goes, "My friends, what is happening to you? You seem strange at this moment." Do you need healing? As,
Please.
As we look towards Stephanie Skrunkloid and Rawl, and we just see wounds opening on their body out of nowhere.
Yes, we do. We need healing very bad.
Do you have?
Do I just collapse again? I was
No, you were at
unconscious
1
last I
HP.
checked.
Yeah, you were at
Okay,
1 HP.
cool.
Yeah, you
You're
came
just
back to
fucking-
consciousness after an hour, and he goes, "This is the worst curse of. This is the worst case of scurvy I've seen." And he walks up to both of you.
Scurvy.
He's going to pump his lay on hands into you.
Please.
He is level 4 at this point, I believe, so that would be 20. He's going to give you each 10 HP.
Thank you.
Alright, I'll let him know that he's used his lay on hands.
Got it.
Yeah.
Where is it? Yeah.
Used all your lay.
Yes, Zoas.
At this point, you all hear Barnabas. Actually, I'm going to choose for Barnabas. Barnabas, actually, technically, is immune to this effect, which is weird. Anyways,
It's Barnabas.
Barnabas looks to you all and breathes. My friends, it looks like we've made it. And he holds up the crystal ball as it just turns to small glass shards in his hand. Looks like there's no going back from this point. So,
Oh boy.
what do you need to accomplish your goals here? I will provide. Oh, and before we continue, and he looks towards the elf, and he snaps his finger, and everyone hears chains breaking. Just because we broke the magic in our old world doesn't mean it's broken here. And you watch as this spell that had taken effect fizzles, and he looks towards you, Stephanie. Oh, you too, and he snaps his finger.
Raoul, do you have much fire magic type stuff? Anything fire related?
Stephanie, what did I do to you?
I...
So, Ral, for you, you went unconscious, woke up in the middle of, like, flying through a time stream, grabbed onto this elf's hand, landed in your old body, felt yourself get pulsed with magical energy, then healed. And you watch as a crystal ball just shatters. You're not sure what the fuck is happening right now.
Oh yeah!
And you reach into your robes and you just feel like 11 different spell scrolls have just been pushed into your robes.
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh god.
Raoul. You passed out when we left. Huh. What do you remember, Raoul? What do you remember at all? Last thing before you woke up here?
I remember the church.
You remember the druid being an absolute evil asshole part, right?
Druid?
Not druid, fucking whatever
Well,
the fuck he was.
I don't disagree with that assertion, but it wasn't a druid.
Cleric, whatever fuck he was. I don't care.
I recall that he
This
was
Justin
possessed
druid sucks
of a
nut.
fey spirit. That it had complete and utter control of his body. That it sapped at his very life essence.
Yes. Okay. Barnabas. Correct me if I'm filling anything I missed while I lost some it up. Okay. So basically, we got our ass handed to us, and
I would not
you
say
kind of-
handed to you. Honestly, you dealt with a high cleric very well. But continue.
thank you. Basically, yeah. You got knocked out. I barely lived. I got stabbed. Had teleports out of there. Good job with one tunnel, by the way. And teleports to Barnabas. Barnabas's lovely home. Then
Which you
these two-
teleported into the same space as another young adventurer and kind of blew him up on the spot. But continue.
I didn't know if there's an anti-teleport thing in your shop. I didn't want to find out the hard way. Okay, so these two idiots dragged us in here. This idiot as well, as a point of guess. There was another one of them, but obviously someone didn't save him, and we had to talk. I agreed on your behalf.
Interesting point. As you start to mention this, you can't recall who that individual is.
I don't actually know their name. I can't remember
And as
myself.
you're
Sorry.
starting to try and think back to who they are, you feel the memories of them drawing from your mind. as if they do not exist.
Stephanie.
Sorry. Yeah. I made an agreement on your behalf because it was the best option we had at the moment, or I was panicking.
What is the agreement?
We're time traveling.
What?
Yeah. Barnabas had an artifact that basically we can
Man, I wish I had a
we
part of the
we
party.
we traveled back in time, and we are gonna try and kill that cleric again.
I never
Basically.
mentioned killing the cleric again, but if that is your goal...
I don't see a better option, but still, just
Remember this,
we'll
they did not travel back in time, so they will be at the same strength, if not greater, than when you talked to them last.
if we do fight them, we'll be prepared this time, because we're not surprised. Hey, fuck you, type of fight.
How far back have we traveled?
Just this morning.
About 12
24
to
hours.
15 hours.
Yeah, so not too far back.
You may be
But
feeling some of the effects on your body right now.
Yeah, we basically hijacked our own bodies in time. Lord knows what happened to our actual time souls.
They're dead. They no longer exist.
Okay, that's
You're
what
like
you're
a
saying.
parasite. You've eaten through them.
Yeah, I want to be called a parasite today. Okay, so
This
yeah.
is not the first time I've done this. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. No, he hasn't.
What he said. But yeah. So we're traveling. You have some sick scrolls I grabbed for you from the shelf.
Theoretically, travel, but yes, continue.
Anyway, but yeah. So we're time traveling, and we're back in time. 12 hours. We have this idea with this now. Artifact. Quick. We can, if I remember correctly, it was really panic. We can like load our. We can like load us back in time, like a quick load or whatever. I don't know. Some of the deals were fuzzy because.
And we
But,
only have a little bit
yeah.
of time to talk. Speaking of time to talk, and he pulls the archer over towards him. I'm going to discuss something with the archer really quickly. Continue.
Yeah.
That means I need to go drop my brother off at work, so I will be back in 10 minutes. So continue to roleplay.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. So we did that. We're here now. Almost died. I exploded. I exploded a dude apparently. So yeah, we're here now. Any questions? Sounds.
Why?
So we wouldn't die because the entire city was on our ass. Like, actually, the entire fucking city, which was trying to break in and kill us, and was actually succeeding pretty well. And also, they already knew about us, and if they knew about us, we'd be fucked. So we don't want surprise now. And generally,
I would like to take a moment to highlight the terms of my deal with Barnabas.
Yeah.
The investigation of the House of Shadows.
Yes.
I feel as though by defeating this fellow,
My brother's
The
not ready, so I'll
Fae
take him in 20 minutes. But continue. Sorry.
by defeating the Fae possessed the cleric, we had, in some form at the very least, discovered crucial information regarding the House of Shadows, given the urgency of our situation. I'm sure good Barnabas would not have let up on his end deal.
You're probably right.
We could have been to Agaburst by now.
We could have, but we're not.
And why is that?
Time travel.
For what reason?
Survival, investigation, not dying, surviving. Figuring yourself out.
Which was
advance.
not necessary.
It was. If we didn't, we'd all be dead, including you.
I had just highlighted why that is not the case.
The way I see it is you have mostly good points. However, in the moment, it's the only option we had. It's either that or they break in, kill all of us, including Barnabas and you.
The Loxodon
If you are under the impression that a city militia can deal with one such as Barnabas so swiftly, then
The
You
Loxodon looks at you all and goes.
Unconscious.
Your Loxodon friend looks at you all and goes, "I understand. The way we got here did feel like time travel, did it not?"
God. Shut up, Batman!
I was unconscious. I was not
You-
dead, was I?
Nearly.
Nearly is not quite there, is it?
At this point, Angel, Gesh, your character has not met these individuals technically yet in the timeline. You've just walked into these individuals that started to open wounds on their body out of nowhere, shaking like they had a seizure, and then started talking about time travel with this giant elephant who looks like the sun, who's just staring at them and, like, looking down to you, trying to preach his faith to you.
Little fucking crack. I just.
But my character's just staying there like, what the fuck?
What the fuck is going on?
You're in the presence of people who have not noticed you yet.
We're like you walked in a fucking crack den. People
I will
just
say,
like philosophy.
Rawl, at this point you do notice the strange knight that's just entered the magic shop.
He just like slowly turns his head to face you. Do you have any business with us?
I'm not sure.
Barnabas cuts in. Isn't this your excuse me for making assumptions, but before we got here, wasn't he in previous... Is the timeline messed up from us traveling? I thought he was your friend. Do you not know him?
I do not. I have never seen this man.
In my life.
Well, now's
No.
a good time for introductions. Good as ever, I guess.
It's definitely.
You see the
You
archer
just
walks
see
out.
my character like mad
You
confused.
see the
Like
archer walk out the door.
you can see the loading symbol on his forehead.
Just. What?
This is so cursed. This is why I don't allow time travel much.
You're the one who fucking did it. All right, we're living through this with you as
True.
well.
True, but I didn't see any way for your characters to get out of that situation.
Precisely.
Anyway,
I like
continue.
that.
Continue.
So yeah.
Regardless of any
Oh, sure.
theoretical action that may or may not have happened in an alternative line of fate. Presently, I do not know your name. I do not know what services you might have done for myself or my comrades, and given the way in which you dress yourself, I have a feeling you will prove to be more of a threat than a help.
How I see it, Raoul, your group seems to lack in the martial capabilities. Sure, you have
Hey.
the Oxidon here, but he's not intelligent enough to know when an enemy is an enemy.
I'm good at stealth.
I do not believe that especially pertains to my race at points, but very well. Tell me, good Sir Knight, how would you like to involve yourself in the defamation of a member of the Church Council?
A church member is kind of a strong word to use before
Kesh,
you.
I will say your character doesn't have fond but unfond relations to the church. They take tithes every so often, but your township never had a church really. Maybe it did, but it wasn't like a big one. It wasn't like one of the big polished churches. It was just like a small altar or a chapel.
Depends. How evil is that person? How evil is that cleric?
Presently, I am not entirely sure. However, he is possessed of a fey spirit, one which has snatched away his will and is slowly draining him of his life.
Okay, yeah, I will help.
We're killing a parasite, pretty much.
Okay, yeah.
We're more of a symbiote.
So I'm gonna be honest with you guys right now before we continue. I didn't expect you to decide, hey, let's go kill the cleric again. So I didn't make a level 12 cleric sheet.
Oh, scared.
But I could just roll with it. That means I'm not even gonna look up how many spell slots a cleric has. I'm just gonna be like, oh, this sounds good.
This sounds good enough for a fucking boss fight, sure.
Yeah, and I can make something up on the fly. If you guys want,
Well-
if you guys really want to go down this route, I can go down
All
this
about
route.
what you're else fucking do, my guy.
Just
Like,
remember, Rawl, you no longer have your winds of the emerald tube of the winds of the west, or whatever I fucking called it.
The
You
walkie
dropped that when you
walkie
went
wash.
unconscious.
The wiki washi wind tube.
Yeah, but now we have twice the amount of people, and I have a small array of undefined spell scrolls.
And I have a fireball.
Shish.
Plural.
Presently, our tool set and our personage has expanded greatly, and this time we will also have the upper hand. However,
You guys
if
watch
there is...
You guys watch as the Loxodon just suddenly his trunk goes up and you hear this like almost war cry go out and he goes "Brrr," and he just starts to seize as his arms pop out to the side T-posing as he flies up into the middle of the air as this ray of sun appears out of nowhere and he just turns to a ball of fire and disappears.
3 is still bigger than
What
2.
the fuck?
Is that normal of you guys?
I
I
want to
mean-
say yes, but it's really not.
Presently, I'm really just rolling with what everyone else is saying. If there is a better plan of action, that is...
Honestly, I don't see what a plan of action because oh no, we're time traveling. What now?
You watch as Barnabas this entire conversation, his face just go and then he decides to jump in here. As I recall, you had beaten him barely due to the wind tube. You do no
But we were
longer have that.
We were caught off guard though.
I would also like to mention he's a high-ranking member of the church. You kill
Yes.
him, he's going to have many people coming after. Do you have an escape? I'm going to mention this right now. I will not jeopardize my position in this town. So I do
like
not have magics that can oust an evil spirit. That
Fire.
would be. Let me finish. You stupid alien. No. Stop.
Whoa.
Barnabas.
Hey.
I'm sorry, I'm very stressed right now. I just watched my entire shop go up in flames in an alternate timeline.
That's
I will
fair.
not jeopardize my position in this town. I do not have the magics to not kill the cleric while exercising him. So, your best option here is probably to get the fuck out of town after telling me what you have learned about this shaded creature that is infecting my friend. Well, not friend. That friend is a strong word.
Patron.
Acquaintance.
Well then, what in particular is it that you would like to know?
What
I
are
can
its
simply begin
weaknesses?
prattling off details.
What are its weaknesses and how did it act? I can pull together a group of people I know. Fire, that is an interesting thing. I can pull together a group of people I know to take care of this vermin, and I have enough influence here with many of the masters, Master of Coin, Master of the Guilds. I can probably pull together some sort of leeway and allow this group to deal with the House of Shadows themselves. And if you seek fire for this group, I know just the right person. I know 3, in fact.
Oh,
lovely.
I'll have to call in some favors and give free magic items, but hey, what's saving a town over a few magic items?
This is a town world.
Fire. Anything else you tried? Heavy winds, I remember that. That keeps it
Yeah.
at bay.
It should be noted that the thing has a tendency to
Revitalize.
revitalize itself by draining the energies of that which it has possessed. I do recall it attempting to latch on to one of us as well. I fear it will attempt to jump hosts during the confrontation if it is not properly restrained. I would advise the use of something as the magic circle spell, something akin to that, which is of course available to, our very own lineage of spell casting.
I know of a cleric of the Mother of Death, Matron of Ravens. I can call upon him. More of a blackbird than a raven, though.
Oh, fuck you and your callbacks.
Hey, question.
Before that, who the fuck? And he turns to the left and just looks at this strange robot that's just scribbling in like the middle of the room that no one's noticed until now.
He's just dragging.
If you like to describe the chronicler, or all.
Well, standing there at an impressive 5'10".
Oh, I do need to bring my brother to work though, so I'll be back if you if you want to start
All
this.
right.
Yeah.
Standing there presently is a lean clockwork mechanism in the vague shape of a man. He is garbed in plentiful gray and brown clothing, covering up the majority of his body. But even still, on the thin, finely spun rope belt, hang a variety of tools which exist a world apart from the one in which you stand, some of which even projecting these ephemeral energies entirely incomprehensible to your minds. His eyes, as they gaze, are outlined as little ticking gears. You can see the little markings upon his steel faceplate begin to shift, ticking, much like that of a clock. His eyes glow a bright, piercing blue, yet every now and then, deep in those wells of color, are sprouts of crimson. As he scribbles upon one of these strange ephemeral pads, the language in of itself, the markings can be seen to either side of the tablet upon which he writes. Quite frankly, it appears to be this horrid mass of markings, like trying to recall the term specifically. Tallies, that's it. It's
Them
all
goddamn
made up
marks.
of tallies.
Should we pause while he comes back to his brother so he knows what's going on?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna go so we should pause and wait. Because I don't want to have to fucking recap it all.
Hmm.
By the way, roll A fucking plus, save my ass. Also, did I ever gonna thank you? Ever? In that?
From Rawl himself or from me?
From
What
you.
it would
I never
from
gonna
me?
thank you.
Your thank you? Thanks. Thumbs
You're
up.
all in here, thank you.
You're a valuable ally.
Yeah, I'm being yeah.
Hey,
I
so
gotta.
my
It's
brother isn't ready for work yet, so it's gonna be like 10 minutes until I'm back. So you guys can role play, or if you don't have anything left to do, you can say we're taking a little break. But
What the fuck?
just say so on the
We're
group.
we're just gonna take a break for a minute, I guess. I kinda want food.
Don't say anything sus on the recording because I'm gonna keep it recording. But we're gonna take like a 5-10 minute break here, so get what you guys need. I'm gonna take my brother to work, get a few things myself. We'll be back in like 5 to 10 minutes, guys. But yeah, anyways.
I think I've over internalized the very pragmatic worldview that Rawl has, especially when it comes to the other party members. Because
Yeah.
it just occurred to me, like, you know, fucking Stephanie did genuinely save his life. And he's honestly come to expect it of her, if anything. At least the way in which she did it. She's basically like a helm of teleportation that he has to talk to. At least in his mind.
This is definitely an interesting session today.
So far.
Like, my character right now is so fucking confused.
Why do I have it turned up so much? Oh, I don't. You're just a little loud. Oh. There's gonna be an awkward gap in the recording. Hello. Oh, you're here. Hello.
Oh no, what have I walked into?
What was that?
Oh,
A
everyone's
lot of
just thought something was going on. Everyone's just gone.
Presently, we're in the middle of a small break.
Okay.
yeah. But anything else has been very weird.
As it should be.
We traveled back and like not we, it's more like Raul and Bob's all traveled back in time.
I think I heard about that. Or something that was headed in that direction at least.
Well, you know what they say. Time is convoluted.
Very. Dog also already time traveled.
Log don't care. He's done it before.
Dog doesn't care about anything at all. Especially not stale Cheetos.
Oh, hell no. It's Thog. Thog don't care.
Not at all. Ever. Currently he's on a kind of smashed up ship with Sedekar, and I don't know if anyone else is on the ship, so they don't really know how to sail. And he's missing an arm. Goger.
I genuinely haven't fucking seen Sedekar in so long.
I'm back. Was it Goger?
He's he almost died. Very nearly.
I'm back with Goger.
Yo.
Cord is telling me I have a DM when I definitely don't, and I don't have a friend request either, so I don't know.
Yeah, it has those for me. It's usually the fucking Discord like Nitro bullshit.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what it was.
Guys,
Probably trying to get me to buy it again because it ran.
I hate to say it, guys, but I might tap out on this fucking session because of the fucking heat.
Same, but I won't. Not debate it.
It's so
I'm dripping, but I can't really avoid that.
I can't.
No,
I can't really leave either.
No, like I made the mistake of putting my back against my pillow, and that motherfucker is soaked. It is so fucking hot.
Okay, Hotbar, you are lying to me.
Yeah.
It is not 65 degrees and cloudy. It
No,
is
it's-
92 degrees outside.
I was gonna say it's 99 here. It's sunny.
Oh
What does state you in?
I'm in Idaho.
Wait, you're in Idaho?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're neighbors. Washington fucking state over here.
it's okay. I was just in Washington actually.
Damn, you didn't say hi. How rude.
I was at the gorge. I was too far. I was in
You
George,
have-
Washington.
You have luck to have nighttime right now.
I'm done. I am nowhere. I'm not in Seattle, but I'm down here in fucking Puyallup.
Oh,
Man,
I've been to
it's
Puyallup
way
before.
too
I have
fucking
family
hot.
there.
I do. Lit.
Yeah.
Born and
Sure.
raised here. Haven't left yet.
I have a lot of family in Washington, but most of them I've never met.
Like cousins and trip.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
dad and my stepdad are both from Washington originally.
Fuck Ogre.
From
My
I got
fucking-
family like in
My
like
fucking on me. God damn it.
Tacoma and Big Harbor, and I got family in like Puyallup and Snohomish Pass. I got family in
You got them all over like I do.
Wenatchee.
Oh, you have fucking Wenatchee? Like, oh damn. You're like me, family all fucking over.
Yeah.
Spokane, Puyallup, Tacoma, Seattle, Renton. I think I have some Wenatchee, I believe. I have some in some town. I don't even know the name of. It's like 20,000 people. So I don't know if I can name, but actually not bad. Counting Puyallup only has like 42,000 people in it, which is not that much for a city our size.
Yeah.
You're very spaced out.
I think where my aunt lives in Gig Harbor doesn't have that many people either, even though it's near Seattle, but it's kind of small.
Yeah, my grandparents are in Ocean Shores, which is like Ocean Shores is fucking A+. Great area, amazing place. My parents have the actual like ocean shores, like they are on the fucking ocean front, on the fucking beach.
Which is moving kind of near the beach soon. We're probably gonna go to Oregon though, not Washington, just because it's more affordable in Oregon.
Oh, it's so understandable. I'm probably moving down to Oklahoma, most likely. Either Oklahoma, Idaho, or Oregon. Well, probably Oklahoma, since my sister's down there now. She moved
I want to move near Portland, but not to Portland, because I'm in a band and we want to move somewhere where there's actually a music scene, basically.
Oh, you're in a band?
Yeah.
Band, if I might know.
We're called Instead of One. We're not. You probably haven't heard of us.
I heard Instead of Nut. That's all I heard.
Instead of One. It's very janky music, but it's fun.
Oh god, that tastes horrible. Oh, it's mixed berry. No wonder. I'm sorry. I'm eating Go-Gurt. Yeah, I fucking mixed berry, not fucking strawberry. Good lord. I'll check y'all out sometime.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I read that entirely as nipples in my mind. All right. Yeah,
Nipples in my mind. I know it's
that's all I read it as.
I guess if I had to recommend a first song, I'd have to recommend the song Greg.
I always gotta listen to one verse. Really, it's fucking Greg.
It's about one of our old coworkers at Taco Bell.
I bet it means a lot. I bet it means a lot to you guys, but fuck, it's hilarious. Burrito box, Tony box. These name Platypus Garden. That is a.
That's a good song. It's a good song. Someone put it on their trip playlist. I don't know who it was, but someone on Spotify made a public playlist for tripping.
Yeah, you guys are on Spotify. Is that what I'm looking currently?
Yeah, we're on pretty much every streaming service because we just use DistroKid.
Fair enough. Boise. My aunt's from Boise, Idaho. She moved up here, and like 3 days after she moved up here, she got actually. Oh yeah, 3 days after, she got robbed.
Oh wow.
Yeah. For a grand total of fucking $10.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't walk around with cash.
I'm still recording, so.
Cool.
That's okay.
Big
I don't
Big
care.
Shot left, I guess, because he can't fucking breathe because it's so hot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, it looks like you
yeah.
guys can go after the cleric if you want, because I was going to introduce him in Agaburst, but I guess that's not happening today.
Not enough people watch this for me to care about what I just said.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Damn, you get the fuck out of that there. I mean,
I'm not trying to.
You just dissed the fuck out of this. Good lord. Oh no.
Ooh, that's not good. That's a natural point.
Oh no.
That's not good. Anyways, everybody back?
I think so.
Yes?
Should be.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Sorry about that. It took longer than to get my brother up out of his fucking bed, even though I woke him up 30 minutes ago. He said, oh yeah, I'll start getting ready 30 minutes ago, and he wasn't up until 50.
Damn.
He's a fucking idiot. And then he had the gall to get mad at me. He's like, he was just having a fucking attitude, and I was just like, bro. It's 106 degrees, so I didn't want him to walk, so I was just like, I'll drive you. And I told him in the car, but if you have an attitude with me, you're gonna fucking find your own way to work from now on. But yeah, anyways. Now that we're done with our break, I guess everybody got food and water or what you need?
I'm gonna get water real quick. I forgot to hit that.
Wow. Wow. 10
eat my
minutes.
I don't have it, but it's right behind me, so I can get it while I'm still here.
Ah, good on you. I'm gonna post this without any context, by the way.
Oh no. Oh god.
Yeah. That's how I assume most of them. There are a few. Most of the players of my games that's just what's in their mind the entire time. Big shot. When they're playing.
Wait, I missed that. Or was it posted?
General chat.
Stay, you rat bastard.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
You understand why I said big shot, right?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Nope, no idea. Nothing comes to mind.
I mean,
Well, you could ask Soup. There was an entire fucking campaign.
I'm back.
Anyways, so.
And this is where Ross goes on into his mind.
I just had a fucking heart attack. I sprayed Febreze and I fucking realized it was like upright and almost got my glasses. I had a heart attack.
This is what's going through, This is what's going through Contradiction's mind every time he plays one of my games, even though it's not like that in the actual game.
I also feel like a fair bit of a fucking printer. The fucking set of printer eating its own goddamn ink when he hears the shit we talk about.
I don't understand a single fucking word you said besides anchor and fucking...
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, we're gonna start again. So, what was the last thing you guys were talking about? What happened last? Because, I was away from computer for a bit.
We were talking and
I described the chronicler.
Okay, you guys gonna start role-playing.
we did it for a little bit. We also didn't want to recap too much.
Okay.
No.
So the chronicler's just scribbling in the corner and no one wants to talk to him?
Wait, wait a minute.
There is a strange machine man.
Yeah. I gave you all you needed to know and then had him clarify. Okay, the party just continues talking while the strange machine man scribbles notes, I guess.
I would.
Barnabas goes, "Is nobody else interested?" Okay. I'll just put this one...
I'm too confused to even say something.
I think you and I are on the same level right now, and I know what just happened.
The chronicler's gonna wave and go back to writing.
Mr. Strange Machine Man, that quill you have there looks ancient. Would you like one? And he pulls out a box of quills, new ones,
Like
that are
fucking crayons from a child.
magically made. I have very fancy quills here that would make excellent use of whatever ink. Is he even using ink?
Scratch drawing.
The chronicler is going to walk up to the box of quills, peer over into it, and take notes before just stepping back.
And with that, a flash of lightning hits as the robot man disappears.
Was he just raptured? What just happened?
The fuck was that?
I
You know what?
believe meddling with time has consequences beyond just our own bodies.
I was gonna say the same thing.
So, are you planning on going after this cleric, or do you want me to try and teleport you to Agabust?
If we can leave soon, then we will leave soon. You
Yeah.
armored fellow, I can pay you in, well, your weight in gold. If you
Is he-
travel with us to Agaburst and do all you can to prevent any more incidents like the one today from happening. The
Does he
remainder,
actually want gold though?
I do not know. That is why it is an offer and not a demand.
Ah. Your offer and demand voice sounds the same.
I try not to separate my voices too often. Now, answer.
Gash?
Gosh.
Yeah, sorry.
Good Christ. You want to listen
Jesus
to them?
Christ, this is why I didn't want to invite you to the fucking game, man.
Sorry, my fucking headset just got problems.
Sure.
What's happening?
Do you want to join us? You'll be paid your weight in gold.
Yes. Yes.
Bam! Done.
Well, it looks like you've made a new friend. So, what's your choice? Cleric? Agaburst?
We're leaving.
Some strange
Yeah.
brothel in Okay, I understand.
Leaving the buzz out for me.
Alright, so, you have done me a favor. You have given me all the information I need. You are heading to Agaburst. Is there any specific location you would like that I may know of, may not? None of you have a map of the world, would you?
I do not have a map. I don't even have a name. I have only intuition. Send me as close to the center of the island as you are capable.
Agaburst, once again, is an archipelago. That was once a
Then
continent.
in archipelago, you understand what I am talking about.
Well, you're no fun. Alright. So,
Couldn't.
Center Agaburst. Okay. I've never been there myself, but I have good intuition and I am really good with geography. Let's hope this goes well.
Why do I have a feeling this will not go well at all?
That is a possibility.
Listen, we've already been fucked through with time. Nothing. This can't get much worse.
Oh, don't
Well,
say
it can,
A little-
but we're
Tell
not
me.
gonna acknowledge that.
Ooh.
Don't say that, please.
This
Because
is gonna get much worse. Hey,
let me
buddy.
just pull up the teleport spell.
This is gonna get much worse, can it? Teleportation curse. You were allowed to teleport every 5 minutes. Have fun with that. Wait,
Don't make
I
me
give
send
my,
you to my favorite space in this world.
I give him an idea. Oh no. Your silence immediately knew. Like I give an
I
idea.
was already thinking about doing that a while ago, so
Oh,
don't
no.
worry. Anyways,
Oh.
so he does not have a permanent circle there. He is not does not have an associated object unless anybody has an object that's associated with where you're going.
Can I
Oh,
pull
the-
out, like, Middy's corpse?
You don't have his corpse; it disintegrated.
Can I pull out Middy dust?
Midi
No,
does.
because
no.
you were not on the deck of the ship at that point.
You
Aw,
don't
right,
have
so
to
what-
watch.
So,
worth a shot.
Wait.
Wait,
If
Can we
anybody
just go
has
kidnap a
anything of
wrench?
middies, you can
Uh,
try.
Wait,
What?
wait, hold on. Actually, I do. I have a little bit of the bismuth crystal harvested from his machine.
Oh
do.
yeah.
But is that associated with Agaburst? Who knows?
That is associate. It's as good as we're gonna fucking get, man.
We'll see.
I think. Anyone else?
Uh,
You keep making confused noises. What you got in your pockets?
I am like furiously running through your pockets constantly.
You do have that wine bottle that Mitty was using.
Exactly.
You pull that out.
This.
So, the two party members that have been with Mitty pull out a wine bottle and a crystal, which is pulsing with energy even more than its dull part almost a few days ago. As you pull it out, Rawl, it's almost like holding onto something radioactive. It's actively feeling like you are being burnt with magical energy as you hold it in your hands.
I mean, I've been pretty clear about handling it with gloves in the past.
You
Could
will-
I
you will-
potentially do so
you're
here?
doing so with gloves, but it feels like it's burning your face. When you said I've been pretty clear, that made me almost chuckle. Okay. So Barnabas looks at this scene and goes, "Wine bottle and what the? I'm not even gonna ask."
He literally licked the fuck out of this thing. It's very
Well-
associated with him.
Bro pulled out the nefarious
Right.
crystal.
And though he is a gnome, does he have connections to Agaburst in some way? Is this bottle from an old family home in Agaburst?
I think.
And what the fuck is that crystal supposed? I can try. If you wish for me to use an object, it will aid in me getting a better read on Agabus, hopefully. I'm not very familiar, and I have never seen Agabus. I've only heard of its description.
Oh god, it could go very
We're
bad.
gonna-
Like
we're
5
gonna
mishaps in
be-
a row.
In the middle of a fucking death pit when we fucking teleport. I can already fucking tell.
Do not worry, I
Okay,
have
well,
Featherfall.
versus
Yes, you have it. We don't.
I
Bob.
He has it. I
would
don't.
be- Bob, worse would it be if you get like 5
Yes, you're
mishaps?
fucking dying, my guy. Your mic quality's dying.
Anyways, here we go. Claps his hands
Here we
together.
go.
Are you all willing?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's
I'll say
get it
this.
on this.
As he's doing this, which object are you handing him, if you are handing him either?
I mean, he deep throat licked this one, but also crystal magic.
What are you guys doing?
Both are pretty
Are you handing
valuable.
him any item or no? 3, 2.
Wine bottle.
Okay, he takes the wine bottle and he teleports. Alright, so you're all willing, right? Rawl,
Yep.
you're willing?
yep.
The
Okay.
worst one we ever gave him. Deep throat the wine bottle. Oh no.
Okay.
I don't like when dice is rolling.
We got a mishap.
Again.
Got a fucking mishap.
And then we roll again.
Cave.
Okay.
Oh god, we gotta die.
So,
Is okay. They went for good or bad.
I don't know why I rolled. Technically, the wine bottle would have. Yeah. Okay. So, as you see him clap his hands together, you watch as that same strange thread that caused the shock through your bodies is seemingly entangling him and shocks his body. And as he does, you see the spell goes haywire a bit as you guys teleport.
Oh no.
How many mishaps is that?
After
So-
where are we teleporting?
Well, I rolled
Worse.
3 times and took the lower of the numbers because
Worse
of the
the fuck.
effects that are happening to him at the moment from the time travel. So, I'm going to roll for each of you a different D100. Roll. This is for you first. Oh, that's a 7.
That good.
I am dead.
Roll.
Yo,
Okay,
you take
we want high
damage.
numbers.
As the teleportation happens. Roll.
You died of teleport spell.
Can you shut the fuck up, please? You appear. Definitely not in your destination unless Agaburst has an active volcano in the middle of it. And you just see ash coats the landscape. You see, not too far off, about a mile from you, this large pit that just descends and is lit by magma that seems to bubble to the surface with this volcanic activity. And you see a large bridge of stone that leads to a large city of stone buildings with this gigantic gate that's just built into the middle of it. It almost looks like a hellish landscape to you. Before you feel your body teleported away again. Roll. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
I will say, technically, with the time travel, I will give you guys a long rest here because I did level you up. Just so you don't die.
Appreciate it. With my
Cafe.
23 health.
Loser.
Oh god, you might have actually
Oh,
died.
good fucking god.
Continue.
Okay, well,
You're
I
dead.
really appreciate that long rest, schmuck. I got a natural 1.
Okay.
Oh no.
So you take full damage. I'm not gonna count that as a critical failure because this is technically. I'm just not gonna do it for this one for any of you guys that roll a natural 1. Just so you're
You don't
aware.
fucking die.
You take 48 points of force damage. Next. Yes.
Oh no.
That's a 25. It's very off topic.
Yeah, the same thing is happening to me. Shit.
We're all fucked. We're all fucked.
You find yourself,
Yeah.
Gesh, in a cold space immediately. Your entire body just immediately goes cold and pressure hits you. Immediately you suffer.
Space?
No.
Oh god, I'm gonna die.
No, that'd be worse.
11 points of bludgeoning damage. I will have this because you are technically in heavy armor, so it almost like a tin can protecting you a little bit. It crushes as you only take 5 points of bludgeoning damage, but you do take 6
40.
points of cold damage, from the immediate temperature change, and as you weren't actively like holding your breath, suddenly you feel water begin to coat into your lungs, and you realize you are in the middle of the ocean, a long way from the surface. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
This is actually
Oh
worse than rules of
God!
the-
Yes,
Let's
this
fucking
is
breathe.
worse than your shit.
Wait, you are in heavy armor underwater. You are so fucked.
I
Good
know.
luck swimming.
I have plate armor.
Good luck
Okay.
swimming.
Okay,
26.
that is a success. So, as you're starting to drown, your body flips over in almost a barrel roll kind of way, and you see under you, suddenly, multiple sets of eyes, large eyes, flash and look up at you, as you feel your body shunted from the space again.
Oh God,
As
that
you
was
suffer.
terrifying. It's fucking
Do
terrifying.
not roll a 1.
59 reduced to 20. How much would that be? 29 damage instead, because you succeeded. A force.
Oh God, if that would have been reduced, I would have been at 5 hit points.
Oh,
Yes.
boo-hoo.
And
Poor
then-
little you.
Thog. I will say, guess, just from the general like perceptiveness of you, you did see what looked like bits of floating creatures that had light on them, and you could tell you were in the Mithril Sea because of the color of the ocean.
Oh, you're fucked.
Before you teleported.
Okay.
Anyways.
Wait, was the Mithril Sea the plane of water?
No.
Oh God,
Mithril
Oh.
Sea is hell. You are fucked.
And you, that's funny actually. Stupid shit here, bro. Stephanie, you rolled a 69.
Yeah!
Stephanie, you find yourself standing upon, like, appearing randomly on these large mountains. As an ever-present storm lasts above it.
Huh.
You watch as lightning strikes right next to you, and you look down into this large canyon. As you stand upon this large pinnacle, you can see an everlasting desert in a distance away from you. Behind you, there's a few trees, and to your left, you see, not too far off, an impassable mountain. You see down below you, down at the bottom of the valley, long sedimented into rock, the shape of a metal, old spaceship. And as you gasp, like, oh, you teleport.
Fuck!
Oh, that's
Make
dirty,
me a
man.
Constitution saving throw.
I'll do that.
Goblin, that one was dirty.
That was fucking mean of you. Okay, not 20 for 23.
Okay.
That was fucking mean.
You suffer 28, reduced to 14 points of force damage.
Jesus. That was mean of you. That was literally
Oh,
fucking, hey,
but that-
Kara
Let's
sick.
just see where Barnabas went. Let's just see where Barnabas went. Oh,
Barnabas.
that is a 60. Okay. He's fine.
But god damn, I took more damage than Bob's who was in total. What the fuck?
I was fucking tamed. I was tempted. Hey,
Barnabas
save
loses
your
34 of his 5,600 HP.
Jesus Christ.
Does he really have that much HP?
Yes.
No, but I've made a boss with 3,000 HP. You could ask Raul here how that went.
Yeah. I died pretty quick, actually.
Oh god. No shit.
That was called the Altrivius campaign, a legendary campaign. Anyways.
It happened.
Anyways, so, as you guys suddenly teleport again, you're in this strange maelstrom of just moving magic on this plane of stars. As you look around, you suddenly swear you see this gigantic woman in front of you, multiple arms. And she just stares down at you. You're not supposed to be here. And just flicks you all. As you feel your bodies hit ground. I'll say, let me, okay, Gesh, you did good. Okay, you did good, Roll. Okay, Skrunkle, you did good. Let's roll for Barnabas. Barnabas did not do good. So you all suddenly find yourself face down, hitting rock and stone. You all suffer 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you find yourselves prone on what feels like a stone and gravel, rocky kind of beach. As water rushes up onto you, you suddenly hear a not but a few hundred feet offshore as Barnabas lands in the ocean.
Oh, mean.
That's actually hilarious.
Skill issue.
Skill issue.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand up and just be, what the fuck?
And brush yourself off, and you say, "What the fuck?" Your armor's gonna need to be repaired, probably, Gesh. As you look down, and it is. Have you ever seen? I really don't want to compare it to this because it's kind of a bad thing to compare it to, but it's the most recent thing, Ocean Gate.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you.
I'm not trying to be rude here. I'm just stating the obvious. Your armor, you would have imploded and died had your armor not protected you.
Oh, I was
because you were
that
that
deep.
deep in the fucking water in the ocean.
We love being Empire State Building down.
So
Hmm.
as you look down, your armor is just corroded and like parts of it are falling off as water's pouring out, and you can see obvious marks on the under like wear of your that you wear. Which is like a shirt and like some jeans and whatnot. There is heavy blood, and you start to cough a little bit of blood out. You definitely have some internal bleeding. As you stand up,
Yeah.
Rawl, you notice this, but as you're standing up, you notice what seems to be like bone shards on the beach. And there's definitely a heavy, not anti-magic, but lack of magic presence here as you start to stand up. It's not heavy enough to be the same that you felt when it was coming from Tentussi when you first met her, where the waves differentiated. It's almost like there's just none here, like no magic in the air at the moment. For a few moments,
Stale.
and then a minute passes and there's nothing there. It's almost like when you taste stale air to you, Rawl. Meanwhile, Stephanie, as you
Yes.
stand up, you look around. The air smells humid and of rot. As Barnabas manages to paddle his way to shore.
The fuck's that smell?
Why are you all so bad luck? Well, I've brought you to Agaburst. Apologies. Yeah, wait, what is that smell?
God.
One question. Did any of you end up in weird places too?
Yeah. I saw a spaceship, the one I was looking for, and I got teleported away. So I got teased by fate, pretty much.
Can't be worse than me ending up in the Mithril Sea.
I
Well,
yeah,
believe that this is what they refer to as a skill issue.
Apologies.
What about you?
That doesn't
What?
usually happen. Anyways, continue.
You
Sorry, what
know,
were you about to say?
well, 1 every 5 have hard time keeping it up. Casual. So what about you, Rule? What happened to you? You look banged up. Okay, cock. I got
I am fine.
lucky bastard. So,
Anyways, I believe we are on Agaburst. After all, I was able to change our trajectory midway through the teleportation when it was going off. I believe we should be on its western edge. He looks out to the sea. Oh no. And he looks around. That's not good then.
what do you mean? Oh no.
There is a cove on its western edge, said to inhabits a strange beast, a man-eater of unknown origins. I would seek shelter as immediately if I were you. Anyways, any questions, any other requests before I leave you all here and try not to kill myself on the way back?
I know the answer, but you don't happen to know where the spells sent us during halfway through, did you?
No. To each person who saw where they were, that would be their own place. That would be their own knowledge to look into.
Fuck. All right. Okay.
Anyways, and he starts to look around. It's going to take me a minute to recuperate some of my magic, and I'm going to heal myself a little bit. Feel free to look around, but don't go too far. If those beasts do lurk around here, you don't want to draw their ire.
Before you leave or
Yes.
recuperate, do you know do you have to know a vague direction of, I don't know, maybe you know, of civilization, vaguely, people?
Agaburst does not have much civilization. It is currently being archaeologically excavated by many different parties, some of which have hired assassins for others. Of course, someone's fucking calling me again. Give me a
Fucking
minute.
Christ, my heart.
Some of which have hired assassins for others. Loud, dramatic ringtone.
Oh my
Political
god.
Political
Barnabas looks away.
intrigue.
Like Jurassic Park.
Barnabas
Don't
walks away.
press.
Hold on, I'm gonna call him. And
I'm
Sorry,
not.
my
Oh,
mom-
my
now
pager.
she's texting me fucking again, bro.
My
what the
pager.
fuck? Give me a second. He goes, yes, many of which have hired assassins to kill the others so they get their plots of land, or so I've heard. If you're looking for those lands, many of them have scoured to different parts of the realm of Agaburst, where their ancient floating cities used to float above. I believe there was a major one in the Central Isle before it was destroyed during the war long ago, or that's what my records say at least. Your best bet would be to look upon the many islands of the archipelago. I would start in the center. That is where I would say northeastish, a few miles center of the continent or the archipelago. That is where one of the main floating cities of the ancient Agaburstian gnomes used to exist.
Which direction is that?
He points in the islands that way. If you need a compass, and he pulls out a compass, and as he does, he looks at it. Oh, that's strange. Clicks it a few times. That is very strange.
Elaborate.
It doesn't
He
work.
shows you the compass, and you just see the dial spinning violently in different directions. This is not supposed to, and he shouldn't be close enough to a
Only
solstice.
happens.
That only happens during solstices, usually,
Or
unless
in-
other magic is interfering. And continues.
Or in deep space.
Or, I guess.
Huh.
But it shouldn't be close enough to it, and he looks up. Oh.
What?
He points
I look up.
As you guys look up, Rawl, you look up too as well, right?
Yeah.
You all see this, like, Aurora Borealis has
Oh.
ripped the sky. You look up and you see the sky itself, which you had left when it was daytime, and you shouldn't be too far from daytime, around noonish, maybe early afternoon. It is deep midnight.
Well, shit.
I will say, roll me a history check.
If we travel through time again, I'm gonna.
Alright.
Or a nature check.
Ah.
That's a oopsie. That's
I
a,
have the
Actually,
same
no, it'd
bonus.
be Arcana, History, or Nature, your choice. Any of those three.
I'll do, I did the same bonus for all of them, but I'll do nature. Because,
Okay.
well, 19.
19. You've been alive for a few solstices, not ones as big as this one that's coming up, to your knowledge. Usually, Aurora Borealises in this world, are caused by heavy magic. Not magic people are casting, but natural magic, weaving its way through the world and changing certain things, or just magical ley lines seemingly converging and showing themselves. As you look at the sky, though it's transparent enough to see the night sky and it doesn't really light up the world too much, it almost encompasses the entire sky. And as you're looking at this, you realize, with the time travel, things that happened, it gets even more dense around the solstice itself. And as you were looking at the sky the night before, technically what would have been today, technically which would have been earlier today, before you guys time traveled, the ley lines weren't this excessive, and they shouldn't have been this excessive until about 3 days before the solstice. And as you're looking up, you start to realize time travel bullshit, teleportation, both are heavy forms of magic. You get the feeling the mishap in the teleportation may have caused some mishap in time.
I don't like this anymore.
Well, as you look up and you look at the constellations, you immediately realize you were about 5 days from the solstice. You have skipped ahead in time just based on constellations 2 days. There's about 3 days until the end of the year.
Oh God.
Rawl, rather promptly, upon realizing what the sky has come to tell him, going to turn to Stephanie, steeple his fingers, and incline his head ever so slightly.
One more time? I didn't do the last part. I'm sorry.
He is going to steeple his fingers and incline his head ever so slightly. If I am to accomplish my goal, then we will be walking the razor's edge. Time has grown incomparably short.
What do you mean?
I must do this great thing upon the solstice itself, and I have 3 days.
But the end of the year is like 5 or 6 days, yeah? What do you mean 3? It's like 5 or 6 days, isn't it?
Unfortunately, the resonant effects of your time travel had coerced with the teleportation magics and caused us to become thrust forward in time. Now,
God.
there are 3 days before the solstice, and to my knowledge, everything the rest of you have planned does not hinge upon this terribly important date.
Not really.
So I must ask that if you truly intend to help me, to which I will repay you in time, then you will have to dedicate yourselves. Can I count on you?
Of course. I'll help you.
Gesh, you're new to the group. I'd like you to roll me an insight check.
Let me see how good I am at this.
And roll. You can roll me either a persuasion or deception check. Do not tell me which one you are rolling.
Well, alrighty.
Yeah, I already know which one you technically should be rolling, but I'm not going to tell you which you should be.
Shit. 13.
Persuasion or deception, technically. I don't know if I said perception. That might be my bad.
That is a 6.
6. Roll. What information does this newcomer to the group glean off of your character? You don't have to be very specific, but just give what kind of general feel he's getting from your character as you say what you're saying.
Well, it is very, very widely known that acts of great magical power, ones capable of altering the very nature of the world, can be performed upon the solstice. And that therefore makes it alluring to all kinds of wizards and mages, ritualists, occultists, people of all crafts who might be attuned to these things.
As a small town, like Hillbilly would know, yes, from a very religious land who doesn't do much magic.
The only thing I've heard about him is that he's a knight. That's it.
My character has
He's a
7
knight.
intelligence.
I got 7?
Basically, your character knows immediately big things are about to happen. Anything else you can glean roll?
Okay, yeah. Important shit happens on these days, and people who dress like this motherfucker usually do.
Roll. Is he getting any hints of malice? Anything wrong with what you're saying? Is your character trying to be deceptive about anything you've said, anything he would pick up? Is there anything you're trying to persuade and make the party believe? Anything specific he might pick up?
Ultimately, looking at Rawl, he outwardly appears a very sinister fellow. His lavender robe, so perfectly concealing his face, no matter the lighting, can be very off-putting. And his long, very intentionally pointed fingernails give off a certain intention. The paleness of his skin, the wide variety of implements hanging on his belt, they do not spell the picture of a warm and welcoming man. His overall disposition is also not really very pleasant. Regardless of all of this, he has been talking about his goal in a very reverent and dedicated nature. It appears to be the only thing he wants to do with himself. This is what everything has been building up to.
And Gesh, as you start to realize this about him, you recognize where you've seen his visage before.
Oh god.
You've seen it on wanted posters.
Oh boy.
By clerics, high clerics from the Sugaroth faith. In many of the temples. They hadn't gotten to you until maybe a day or two before you left for your journey. But you like looked at the sheet and you're like, who would ever do what, like, this guy looks like a definite evil mage in your opinion when you look at the poster. And as you start to as you start to think back what he was wanted for, make me just a wisdom check to see if you can recall.
Oh, thank god, it's not a
It's just wisdom, just your wisdom modifier.
Yeah, I know, but thank god it's not intelligence.
Yeah, fucking dumb as a box of rocks over here, fuck's sake.
Where is
I also have 8
I'm
charisma.
trying to find the information, that's why I'm having you roll.
Why do I have always a +4 modifier and then roll always 23?
So, you rolled 23?
Yeah, yesterday I rolled 3 23s with a +4
As
in a
you
row.
start to remember, you immediately recognize him, because it stuck in your brain. How could someone do something like that to a cardinal? And you start to recall. He murdered a cardinal of the Sugaroth faith, a high-ranking member of the Sugaroth faith, and escaped the High Temple. It's believed his original goal is unknown, but many people theorize it was the murder and assassination of the Pope of the Sugaroth faith, who at that time was not in the building. That's what people theorize. It's unknown what his true goal was. Anyways, that's the information you recall, being the 7 bumbling idiot you are. Anyway, so continue your roleplay here, Rawl, if you're going to continue.
Alright. And what of you, Armored Man? I have already made you your promise, your weight in gold. Is that enough?
Who's he talking to?
You,
Oh my god!
your 7 intelligence fucking fits you in your life as well. Oh my fuck.
I genuinely didn't know.
You're the
okay.
other person.
He said armored man.
I didn't hear that.
Because you're fucking deaf.
Anyways, Gesh, how do you respond?
I am.
How do you respond to him?
Okay. My character is still in a bit of a shock.
Steve Tans.
Do you want to follow us, or do you want to not help us?
Yeah, I will follow you.
You're already this far, I suppose. Your options aren't exactly plentiful.
Yeah, but she's really fucking stupid, though.
Roll.
Like, really stupid.
Roll. Your character is this close to your goal. He's on a dedicated timeline. Would you be paying attention to the mannerisms very close of those around you as they shift? Or would you be focusing more intently on your goal?
His goal is all that matters.
Alright. Then you don't pick up the strange mannerism change of the night fellow towards you. I'll say, Tentussi,
Yeah.
Roll me an insight check.
Okay. Oh god.
And what's your persuasion bonus, Gesh?
-1.
-1.
Yes.
All right.
Cool. He's ever so worse than me in insight, so I have 0 bonus to insight.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
4.
4. You don't pick up on it either. Their face mask is blocking most of their visage. Though Barnabas watches as the knight shifts to a more kind of defensive posture immediately, not realizing they're doing it because, of course, they're doing it out of habit from what they've trained to do. And as they shift there, Barnabas just cocks his eyebrow a bit. Well then, if you are off at this point, I shall send you off with great speed. And he's going to put his... I forgot to mention, he's fucking holding a staff. Sorry, he's holding this... No, it just appears in his hand randomly, actually. No, because he did clap. So he's gonna pop out a staff that's just this... Almost this, like... You know those, like, tree saplings that are, like, large and you, like, put the, small posts around to keep it in, like, place? But it's, like, a good 5 or 6 feet tall so the wind doesn't just blow it over? He's basically holding onto one of those.
Huh.
Oh,
And
is that staff?
As he's just holding onto this, like, young tree that's not in the ground, it actually, as he places it on the ground and taps it to cast the spell, you watch the roots ingrain into the ground as this green circle appears around all of you and him, as it coats out about a good 60 feet. As you all feel the wind suddenly kick up behind your selves, as he's going to cast First Age Speed on you all, which is a homebrew spell, mind you. All of your, for the next 24 hours, all of your walking speed is tripled.
What? Okay.
Oh my. Oh,
We
now
love
I can
minor
actually.
speed.
Oh god, now I can actually do the Mario long jump thing.
And at that point, you all hear and the sound of clacking bone. And Barnabas looks over your shoulders and goes, "Well, I'm not going to be a part of this," and just taps his
Well,
staff on the
fuck this
ground
bit.
and disappears. Let me roll for him.
Barnabas!
I rolled another 9! Oh my god!
You
What the fuck? You want a 99.
I rolled a 9 on his teleport back home.
Oh, a 9.
Whoa.
Oh.
Oh, that's not good.
Ooh.
Well,
Oh god, if
Barnabas may
Barnabas
no
not.
longer be a part of this campaign.
What?
Oh fuck no.
Anyways,
You fucking... What?
let's go back to the circumstances you find yourselves in. Let's just say Barnabas may have teleported to Fafnir, which, Rawl, you know why that's bad.
You could
Well,
say that, yeah.
You
How?
could say that.
It's Barnabas. He will manage.
That's true. He is Barnabas.
Fafnir is the home base of the Grand Lich Horicles. That is the continent he resides on. And I'm gonna roll again really quickly here. Yeah, and
Okay.
he teleported into the capital.
Oh, he's fucked. He's fucked.
No.
Let's
No,
go
you're
to Barnabas for a second. Barnabas taps
Yeah.
and appears in an alleyway. This does not feel like Orodon. And he takes a step out and peeks around an alleyway as he sees this shambling 500-foot tall titan that's just currently birthing out of its stomach multiple undead that just fall to the street. Its intestines are hanging out as it sloths through the streets. We see no living creature, just thousands of undeads going about their way, shambling. Maybe 1 or 2 living creatures that are just like holding these sensors that have this green smoke coming out of them. An undead gets a little bit too close to them and sniffs them and continues to walk away. And we just see Barnabas go, "Oh shit." And just disappears back into the shadows of the alleyway.
Oh god,
in the
no.
distance, there are several of these large titans walking around the city's perimeter.
Please let
Oh
me
god,
know
I
if you're
didn't know it
Anyways.
was that cat.
Barnabas? No way.
I fucking hate you.
Please let it be a normal field trip with Barnabas. No way. Oh.
Because you've said that, let me just go ahead and
No.
pull up.
Oh no.
It's a funny joke. It's a funny joke, I gotta say.
But Barnabas will manage. He's Barnabas. He's
yeah, he'll
probably one of
manage.
the most powerful people.
Oh, he is.
Yeah,
He's
bro,
much
I
more
am.
powerful than Horicles, but Horicles has an army. is the problem.
Yeah, bro, I had a turtle who basically defended against a super powerful being.
Yeah,
And it's
because that
probably not
character has
even.
been from the first stage. Anyways, Tantusi, roll me a dick, a dick.
What?
Roll me a D679, please.
Oh no.
Oh god, I know that I have that still there. I know I somewhere have.
141.
141?
Oh, now I'm curious what it is, because I know somewhere I have that shit. Oh, there it is.
What's going on with my fucking
There it is.
computer's
Oh no,
slowing down, guys?
that's
Oh no.
that's
Barnabas
the
is
wrong one.
angry. He wants revenge.
141?
Yeah.
Okay. That's actually kind of funny.
What? I'm scared.
I'm gonna roll to see. Yeah, no, you don't have to take the effect, but you would have turned into a dwarf.
Get your hands off my character. You heard some fucking thinking.
Anyways.
Hands off!
As you all hear this sound, this crackling of bones and the... You turn around and you see this outline of this 15-foot tall creature that is just slender and pooled as its body goes backwards. You see these multiple hanging tendrils that seem to pool and move, and as it comes out of the shadow, it almost has this horse-like visage, but it's made of bone and skin and sinew. And you see its mouth opens up into 4 different pincers that go out to the sides.
All in favor of running?
Yeah,
It seems
let's
to be
run.
sizing you up, and as it does, you see its eyes they have no eyes, but they start to glow a green color, a dim green color. I need everyone to make me a wisdom saving throw. Except for
Oh,
Raul,
God.
who probably is already fucking running.
I am already running as well.
I
Like,
am not dying. Goodbye.
Okay.
I said running first. We'll walk out
Actually,
like
I'll
running.
say, yeah, no one needs to make me a saving throw then. As you begin to run, I just like a general initiative roll from you guys to see if you can outpace this creature. Not running, but if you could turn around before it meets its eyes with you. Raul does not have to roll this because he immediately would start running after he felt the speed, I would assume.
You gone.
19.
15.
I hate you guys. Now you don't get to fight. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna give you its name.
Aw.
Anyways,
Not even its name.
it's not
The
like.
bug bitch.
Anyways, so as you guys begin to run up this large hill, this small island that you found yourselves on, you eventually pass through old, decrepit, gray forests of trees that have been long dead. The ground shaled and cracked. You begin to run and to run. And how long are you guys gonna run for?
As long as we can.
Okay. You guys run for about a good 2 to 3 hours before you start to get exhausted.
Damn.
And as you're running through this large forest, it's not too big. It's just that you don't really know where you're going, so you have to keep stopping and going. No, I believe it's this way. No, let's look up at the sky. And you guys have to keep looking around, so that's why it's taking you 3 hours. You've probably been only running for what seems like an hour and a half, but you guys have to keep stopping and finding your way in this dark forest. Even though there's no canopy, it's still dark. Eventually, you do push past the brush, past this caustic fumes, past this cliff, where you see the cliff descends into a large ocean. You see in the distance a few islands, similar to your own, that seem to form these multiple rings inwards, and they seem to go down and down, almost like the sea itself pours into these large, rapid waterfalls that keep falling down towards a central portion of this circular spiral, where you see a large bridge connects 2 of these islands that are near each other off in the distance. You see large just lights on different parts of the islands. You hear ambient birds passing above you and from other islands. The entire area is illuminated not by light itself, but almost a black kind of light. One that's supposed to be darkness, but it gives off a faint light. As you look around, You can see those aurora borealises connecting and almost starting to funnel down into the very center of where this catastrophe apparently happened during the war. And you see that that center points towards the center of this large crater, where you can see just in the distance, miles away, what looks like firelight. With no way to get down there, as no rocks or ways connect it. The only thing, the ocean, connected to the small island that you can see in the distance. As you see this, and you see no way to really get there, if you'd like to roleplay with yourselves.
I had words I was gonna say, but I forgot them.
Okay, that was maybe we ran a bit too far, but I think it's good, considering what we saw.
General thoughts you guys have currently of our situation. Just take it a head count. I know Gus doesn't have many because it's good, but still, real. What do you think of right now? What's going on in your brain?
We sure are in a place with things. This
That's-
is what I asked for.
True.
I will mention the many different islands you see, the ones that you can see in distances, they're not the same as the one that you're on. Some of them have dead things to them, but a lot of them have weird, strange life that shouldn't be possible. Like gnarled trees that grow hundreds of feet tall, blossoming into thousands and thousands of branches of strange glowing color. You see areas of large fields, and you can see beasts that you have never seen in existence or even ever heard of, seemingly shifted through magical means. You could see water from one of the waterfalls begins to pour down to one of the parts before it seems to almost be sucked into one of the island's underside caves. Rather than pouring into it, it is almost sucked in through magic or something. You're unsure what sucks it in. Strange air currents. As you start to breathe, the air is warm, but it feels like you're breathing in cold air. The area you are in does not feel natural. Continue, sorry. Rawl, actually, one more thing. Rawl, as you look down to your body, I don't know if it's a spell you've cast on yourself to make you invisible or whatnot, because we haven't talked about this, but as you look down, you can start to see bits of flesh pop in every so often before going iridescent again and invisible from what should be your body. Anyways, sorry, continue now.
I'm sorry, character. My brain's working overtime. It is so fucking hot. Words are hard.
Man, you guys really don't want to do any roleplay this session, do you? Alright, I'll throw a dragon at you.
I can barely think.
Like I'm trying to like piece together a situation a little bit. I mean,
Oh, no problem. No, I'm just
we
joking
ran-
with you, yeah. Continue, sorry.
I mean fuck.
So, let's just recap. Time travel.
Mhm.
Fucked spell that teased me and cucked me away from the fucking thing I'm looking for the entire time.
Mhm.
We're fast as fuck now. Oh, that's nice.
Yep.
And now we are running in we're running towards some campfire light or firelight.
No, you're on a cliff overlooking these large rapid waterfalls, and you see the campfire light way in the distance on a different islands. So once again, the ground itself looks like an explosion happened that pushed the ground out, and it is miles deep, and the water has filtered in from this archipelago downwards into a funnel, and there's an island at the very base where you see firelight. You could also see parts of the Aurora Borealis are starting to funnel downwards towards that central island, though they have not fully made it. It's only like flicks of it coming off. You could also see different islands with portions of like not magically created, but magically infused and grown plants and animals and strange beings that have been shifted through magic. The air is hot, but it seems cold going into your lungs. The air itself should be completely pitch black dark, the sky, but it almost gives off this light, this anti-light that seems to light up the area. It doesn't darken anything.
Well, I am very stupid, but I know one thing. This place is a point towards the place. Is either the place where we should go or the place we should avoid at all costs. What do you think this is?
Aggerburst.
Okay, so the place we should go. Good.
Well,
I mean,
you were already on Agaburst. Agaburst, as I've mentioned multiple times, was once a continent, but during the Second God Wars about 320,000 years ago, it was destroyed and created into an archipelago of strange magic instead.
My character does not. He totally believes him.
Totally, yeah.
Well, I don't suppose any of you guys can like summon a boat out of thin air or fly, can you? Because we gotta get the. If we want to go to the campfire light, if we decide to go there, I don't feel like swimming is the best option.
I understand that you try to do so sparingly to preserve your own energies. However, I feel the need to point out that you have the ability to instantaneously transport all of us great distances.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Out of character, I didn't want to say that immediately
Stephanie.
and like fuck up a thing.
You have gotten a long rest. However, I need to roll for your Helm of Teleportation right now, because it was very damaged in that battle.
Oh, no.
As you're starting to think this, you got a technical long rest. Your health was restored and all of your abilities, sure. But I'm going to say, as you start to think about this, and you look up towards as you think. And Rawl, you'd notice this on this island. No magic is really present here. No mana that seems to recharge people as they sleep. Your Helm of Teleportation is not recharged.
I still have a charge, I believe. I think. Yeah, I still have one whole charge left. And it recharges. It won't break. Oh no.
You're not sure. It took a heavy hit.
What
In
I'm
my
hearing out of
in
character.
my games, magic items break.
What I'm hearing out of character is don't do this because you're gonna skip some plot that I
Yes.
want you guys to go through.
And
So
also, technically, if that breaks in your head, you have a bomb explode in your head.
Oh shit.
Because in my
Well,
world, magic items break, and when they break, they explode.
in your world, magic items are fucking hostile.
Yes,
That's why there's so many of them.
because it's fun.
Divide. Yeah, okay, so if we don't have a way to get a boat, maybe we could make a makeshift raft at least. Or something.
I will say, as he says this, Rawl and you, Tentusi, the waters are moving at different speeds. It's not all flowing at the normal rate of water. Some of it is moving very slow, like a nice calm river, and it falls at that same speed. And then as soon as it hits the next down area, the next, like, small platform, it starts to move like a Russian tsunami.
Yeah.
The
So the
rapids
waters
are not even at all.
The waters are no or no.
Okay,
On
then
a
how do we
on a
get...
makeshift raft, it is a no-no, you would assume.
Okay. So we need a proper boat, or we're not getting over the water, or fucking flying. Or some other way to teleport other than this helm I have. So, Raoul, got any thoughts?
I can get all of us to the base of the cliff. That is as far as possible. Unless one of you would like to volunteer to swim, at which point I could negate the gravity on myself tie one of you to me, and have the other, also tethered, swim the distance.
So we'd be like a carriage for you, pretty much. So one of us would have to be in the water swimming and trying not to fucking drown. And that's
Essentially.
hostile water. I mean, let's
I did
try
not
and
say it was ideal.
I just want Owen get over, because honestly, if anyone has to do it, I'd say it has to be me, since I am the most how do I put this? Dexterous of all of you. And me and roll me and you both know Gesh is a fucking stone in the water wearing that armor. He would just drown.
It can
Maybe
be
we
removed. It is not flesh.
I don't think I'll part with it.
I
Also,
want you to realize again, it's miles to the center, but there are small islands you could probably stop at. They all have their different ecological look to them, but you could stop at different islands on the way.
But that's still time in the water. Time was fucking drown.
I'm just letting you know.
Well,
Maybe if we go to the shore, maybe we find a person with a boat.
why would they help us? You know what?
That's not
Threatening is a good
my
option.
thing to figure out.
I could try and steal it.
No.
I'm
Don't
stealthy. Fuck you. I could try and steal it.
As you guys are starting to think maybe we should find a boat, if you three would like to make perception checks to see if you could find any boats that may be moored or left unattended.
I would.
From your vantage point.
Hold on. Wait a minute. All of us or one of us?
All of you can.
Okay, yeah, because I was saying, why him? Make Raoul do it. He's smart.
I have a +7 to perception.
Oh yeah, it's your. Oh yeah, you're not. Oh yeah, you're stupid, not unwise.
Oblivious.
Yeah.
No.
Is anybody else rolling?
Yeah.
You said perception?
Yes.
Damn. Not
Alright.
2020.
11.
Alright, so as Roll and Gesh's characters begin to look out and they don't see anything, Stephanie,
That bitch.
you start to look around and you guys spend the next hour or so looking. And Stephanie, as you pull towards one of the shores instead, you eventually do manage to find a moored ship that seems to be not pulled down one of the first waterfall just yet. As you see the ship moored onto the side, you eventually call to your friends and point towards the ship. You guys are in bushes. They're not really bushes because they're kind of dead, but they do give you a bit of cover in this night as you see the ship itself. You do see what seems to be a... No, you wouldn't see that. You just see the ship is moored to the side of this island. About a good 10, 20 feet. Not 20 feet, about 30 feet out from it.
Let's just go off the basis assuming that there are people nearby. Because Lord knows the island is fucked.
It's a two-sailed... sorry, no, it would be technically... Was it two-sailed? Thog, help me out. Was it two-sailed?
I think it was 2, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's a two-sailed ship. It seems heavily damaged from multiple battles.
But it floats.
It does float, and it has been recently repaired. You do not see anybody on the deck, but you do see recent usage, it looks like. It looks like it hasn't been moored here. It hasn't been pulled by the rapids down, and it doesn't seem the mooring was... The mooring seems to have been placed here very recently, within the last few hours.
People.
I look around for people.
You don't see anybody outside right now.
Rule, I have an idea. What if, hypothetically, I were to try and get on board without being seen, and if shit goes wrong... Okay, I'll get aboard without being seen, hypothetically. And let's say I do. I can try and hijack it, per se. Get it, and when things clear, if we're able to, you guys unmoor it, get it loose, and then hop on board. And if I get caught, threatening, murder if need be. Can't go wrong. Cannot go wrong with murder.
No.
What's okay, fucking Mr. Holier than thou? What ideas do you got?
Find the person that this book belongs to and ask them if we can use it.
Rule, is he actually the stupid? Does he think people on some island with us, me especially, they trust my fucking face?
I could talk to
Hey,
them.
let me use your ship. Move us here if you wouldn't mind. Is he that dumb?
In
Yes,
all
remember,
fairness,
your character does not have to go along with the rest of the party, as I have mentioned. If you wish to do what you want to do, you can say you're doing it. It's up
I
to
know, but every time I did that in the past, characters died.
Because you did stupid shit.
Yes.
Yes.
If you believe this is the best option, which, out of character, your character is a normal-looking knight who would be approaching the ship. That would be fine, most likely, compared to tentacle pussy face lady and invisible shadow wizard money gang man.
Hey.
Exactly.
Hey,
Still, what? They would not trust us. Him. He's stupid.
And even if I'm probably the one who can make it to the ship the easiest, I can just jump to the ship.
And then what? Take on everyone all by yourself?
There is a gangplank down onto the shore from the ship, just so you're aware.
Yeah.
So
I
feel like
just-
my idea is the best. Stealth it a little bit. Or ambush. Ambush can't go wrong. Or could go wrong, but better option is ambush. Stay with people if there are. If there are many people, ambush. If there's not, take them out. Ship's ours. Fuck off.
So, are you guys gonna do anything?
This is up to Roll at this point. It's his need. I'm following his lead, but I'm giving out ideas.
we will choose the option which will. We are short on time. If either option would deprive us of that time, then we will avoid it.
I just go towards the ship.
Alright, suddenly the clanking armor man starts to walk towards the ship.
I am going to follow behind, though.
Okay.
You guys do that. I'm gonna go ahead and just. I mean, I could stealth ahead. Make sure things clear first. I'm gonna just kind of lag behind for a minute. Just kind of stealthy fall behind.
At this point, because we're going off the base, the last perception checks to look for the ship, as you guys begin to approach the gangplank, you two on the ground don't notice it. The person, what's her name? Stephanie does notice it. You see a dark figure exit out of the back of the ship and starts to walk towards the side of the ship, holding a lantern, stretching as they walk towards the gangplank themselves, not having really have noticed your group. This is a tall, imposing-looking figure. You see a scraggly beard, but you can't make out much detail about them. They definitely do have weapons on their side.
How far away is Roll from me?
Raoul would be, because you're staying back, at this point they've walked about 50 feet up from you.
All right, that works. Real quick, little message through mind telepathy message.
Okay.
I'm gonna warn him about him.
Okay.
Rule, big dude. Well, he has weapons on him. That he's coming from the side of the ship. Be on your guard. I don't think he's seen on yet, but just be sure. Warnings never go wrong.
Alright. The man seems to put his lantern over the side of the ship, looks around, and he seems to, at this point, the two of you, the armored individual and Raoul, do hear him. He goes, well, actually, what languages do you both speak, Raoul, Gesh?
Common and celestial.
Okay.
I have. Oh boy, it's a long list. Common, Dwarven, Gnomish, Celestial, Draconic, Infernal, and Abyssal.
Neither of you know what he's saying. He goes, Aye. You do recognize the speech. It is Orcish, but you don't know what he's saying.
No boy.
as he seems to speak Orcish towards what seems to be another figure on the deck that none of you see. And there's a response. Flingon, Flaba. Is go take a piss. Alright? And in common they respond to each other as he starts to walk down the fucking gangplank. Are you guys making yourself noticeable to this guard of the ship?
Yes.
Alright. At this point, he walks down holding his lantern and just walks right past you two. As he does, he seems to like have just like these very like dry eyes. He seems to have not. Probably he's just woken up. And as he walks past you two, he takes a second and looks back. How the fuck did... We've got visitors! And he starts to pull off a war horn from his side. Rawl, you immediately recognize this individual. Actually, no, technically, this individual you not recognize. You never met him. This individual stands about a good 8 feet, but 7'6". He's very burly. He has this very heavy build, and he has multiple scars across his face with this gigantic auburn beard. And he has this giant war pick at his side. He's reaching for the war horn, and his other hand is reaching for the war pick. As he's dropping the lantern on the ground.
I am saying very quick.
Hands
Okay.
completely empty, as though to surrender.
Okay. And
So do I.
Alright. So as you both raise your hands, he goes... "Arr!" He just looks up towards the ship where you hear... running down the gangplank. And you feel a sword at the side of your neck, Gesh. And you feel one at the side of your neck, Rawl. Thug, if you'd like to take over from here.
What is it that you're looking for here?
We're just seeing that you have a ship and ask if we
Quiet
could.
yourself.
Does this one speak for all?
I speak. He does not.
You hear an orcish Thog to yourself. Thog, keep them under guard. I'm going to get the captain. And he starts to run back to the ship.
Well,
This is Thog?
You did not hear him say Thog, but as you hear the voice, it does sound familiar, and you just like turn your head for an inch, and you nearly cut yourself a bit, but you do see the face of Thog. Thog, is there any differences to your character that you would like to add to him?
Well, for one, he's probably this tall orc is probably covered in fresh scars right now, and there's a big piece of leather across his chest where his stub hangs because he's now missing an arm.
Oh, I forgot he was missing an arm. Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Does he still have the turban full of scimitars?
Yes, but one side.
Yeah, he has two. Sorry, give me a second here. He has two pointed at you. One between the index finger and the middle finger, which is pointed at your neck, Rawl, and one between the pinky and the other ring finger at the other individual. Continue. Sorry, Rawl. Thog.
And only one side of his turban has swords in it right now, so he only has 5 swords because he can't reach the other side.
We have met.
At this point, you recognize him.
It was on
We
the
have.
the docks of Oradon, the burning ship. After that, meetings were only passive.
Yes, the wizard were left with much to deal with. But we made out fine, as you can see.
Does this mean Setakar still lives?
Only barely.
I see. Well, your ship still works. I believe an old arrangement can still be kept. One I made with Setakar. There are things here that are of great importance, not just to me, but to the world itself.
Of that, we both agree, my good friend Roll, as you see stepping down from the gangplank. Sedekar face down, though with a bit of a limp in his left leg, and a large scar upon his left eye that doesn't seem to impede the left eye itself. It just seems to have once entered him, maybe healed from a cleric or a powerful mage of sorts. He seems to use his staff that he always carries with him now to kind of convert his limp into a more gait, a more positive gait that makes him look a more slower gait. He's trying to make the limp look less bad, basically. As he continues to walk, his flowing cloaks, which are usually very fine and wonderful and garbed, are not kept as well maintained. And you could see the small pseudo-dragon that sits on his left shoulder is staring around frantically. Seemingly, something traumatic has happened in the last few days since you have last seen these individuals.
Well then, we are reunited.
You reunited, and it feels so good. You may let them go now, Thog. We have much to discuss with our missing friends and our new acquaintance. It is good to meet you, sir. And he's looking at you, Gesh.
My name is Igrim.
Igrim. Well, a fine name it is. I would assume you come from the Angelic Aelins, then, with a name such as that.
Yes, I do.
Well, we will have much to discuss. Roll, last I remember, you were traveling with a strange being, not from this world. What happened to them?
She skulks about.
Ah. And he looks to his left. Blue eyes, find them. And the white pseudo-dragon floats off into the sky. Well, we have food and drink on the ship if you would like to discuss boarding, and I will, of course... What was I going to say? Sorry, I've been having a little bit of trouble with my words recently. I will, of course, honor our arrangement that we came up with, not but a week ago. Well, a few weeks ago, mind you. Sorry, time is weird recently. But, if you would like to come upon our ship, we have actually managed to scour Captain Blackwater from the Mithril Sea. I do not know how he survived, but we managed to find him. We have a few other shipmates, so be wary of them. They are quite ruffians, merchants that had been turned to bandits, to sea bandits, mind you. But you'll find their company a little more safe than you would normal pirates. So, please, follow me. And he
I
begins
must
to-
be
Go ahead.
quite frank with you, Sedekar.
Yes.
The time before the solstice has become very limited, and I find myself choking.
I see.
As you may or may not recall, my mission hinges upon the solstice, and I would waste no time. If you know the location of one of the gnomish ruins, I ask that if I am to board your ship, that you might take us there, and quickly.
I
Else
would
we
do-
might.
I could do so, but recently, from what I've been hearing about the gnomish individuals that we passed by, some traders that were coming through, many of the gnomish ruins have been closed due to the fear of assassination of one of their more recent head of archaeology. Though we could talk more about that when we board the ship.
Very well.
Yeah.
Also, I do not know why, but I had a strange dream a few nights ago. We'll discuss this in a little bit, Roll, actually. It's going to be a private matter between you and me. Your name was mentioned in it.
Very well.
Anyways, at this point, Stephanie, a pseudo-dragon lands on your shoulder.
Do I reflexively punch this thing?
You can.
By reflex, I'm gonna say in character it makes sense. Effectively, I'm going to try and fucking punch this thing out of pure
You
reflex.
punch it because it's not guarding itself, and it just pops into smoke.
Oh,
you got to
God.
be kidding me. Ah.
Like fucking toddlers.
Stephanie! Why did you punch my pseudo dragon?
Uh,
Do you know how much it costs to summon that thing? He says,
It was
staring at the
reflex.
bush you're behind.
It was reflex. I'm sorry. Wait, what? Wait. Roll. Are we not murdering them?
Wait, murder?
What are we doing? I'm lost.
You're coming in to eat.
Okay. Rule. Are we?
He kind of looks back from the gangplank as he's boarding the ship.
Okay. Got it. I'll head down.
Do you have any allergies we need to take care of when we're barbecuing? Are you a vegan? No, I'm just fucking with you. If you were a vegan, we would cook and eat you.
Respect.
Respect.
Blowfish. That's it.
Yeah, blowfish doesn't sit well with me either. And he just walks up.
I don't think it sits well with anyone. Except
I
for
will
goblins,
I will
maybe.
now wait for the day that Goblin goes, oh, by the way, you were eating blowfish in it. You're dying. Congrats.
Hey. I was taking
Don't tempt you,
notes.
I know.
Oh god.
Anyway, so, as you all board the ship and begin to head under deck, you do see that other individual walks up and pushes through the door, and as he does, you do see behind him Captain Blackwater, the individual of your ship. Let me look for his first name, because I can't remember. I think it's Turam, or is that his brother? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, Turam Blackwater, the human man with darkened, not dark skin, but tan skin, dreadlocks. What the fuck are they called? Never mind, I don't give a shit. But he looks to you all. Well, it's good to see some familiar faces. Please, we have some food, drinks. Eat what you need. We're about to make land in small excavation sites, anyways. They should have food there too. And he passes by you up to the deck of the ship. Jesus, I'm burping. At this point, you're led deeper into the ship, and you could see a few cannon ports. As you're nearing the bottom of the ship, you do see the crew rooms and this large wall about halfway through the ship that seems to be jerry-rigged. Sedekar goes, "Oh, this is my favorite part. Watch. Open sesame," and he taps the wall as a door suddenly appears on it. That's my favorite thing to do recently, especially when you're on... never mind. He looks at Rawl. Rawl, I assume, gives him the stink eye because he's taking so long to do shit. And he just pushes the door open. As he does, he leads you into his chambers, which there is a secondary wall set placed just behind it, and there's a center table, a large table. And you can see this table is made of lavish wood, recently carved, mind you, with many golden filigrees on the edge of it. There's a chandelier that hangs that has magical light on it, and there's a door beyond that. The area itself has a couch, and it seems to be very well furnished. It seems to be a living/dining room. As he enters in, he goes, "Have a seat at wherever you wish to sit. I will grant you some food in just a tiny bit. Are there any requests that I can provide you for?"
Fuck off. You got any whiskey?
Sadly,
Oh,
no, it doesn't hold very well. We have grog,
I'll take some of that if you don't mind.
of course.
I've had a rough week.
And he flicks his staff around, and as he does, a cup appears in front of you with a bit of grog in it as you sit down. Now, I shall grant you a feast. What do your characters eat? Remember, you're on a ship.
What do they got?
Fish, recently hunted meat, greens. It's really all. A bit of fruit.
You greens, disgusting. I'm gonna eat some of that meat. Stephanie is a carnivore after all, so fuck yeah.
Okay.
My character would
Your
largely
rolling
eat.
scares me.
Continue, Gesh.
My character would largely eat meat with like a side of its and greens.
Okay, so you take off your helmet to eat, right?
Yes.
Alright, there's a bit of a surprised face by Sedekar, who notices an Ozamir, but who cares? So you're eating a nice healthy meal. Good to know. Okay. And Roll, are you eating at all?
Rawl will quite simply ask for some bread.
Okay. Okay. So as you guys begin to eat, you do feel a bit more of a presence, because recently you've just been eating kind of travel food, not sit down and eat food. You were traveling to Oradon by strange means, or crash landed and appeared in Oradon. You haven't really sat down to eat a nice, well-rounded meal like this before. Gesh, you who's eaten the best meal here, regenerate. Are you kidding me? That's 2 1s in a row.
Oh god.
You regenerate 7 points.
Okay,
Health.
so now I have 48 points. Nice.
Next would be you roll, because technically you rolled the same as Gesh, but you didn't have as healthy as a meal. You regenerate 14, because I got really good on those rolls.
Oh, come on.
And Stephanie,
Yes.
you regenerate 3.
Lovely. Lovely.
The meat wasn't that good. It's not gone sour, but it's not the freshest. As
Health
you
is
guys
health.
continue to eat, eventually Thog comes in and begins to roleplay with Sedekar. As they start to roleplay, it seems Thog is mentioning when they could leave, as Captain Blackwater was mentioning, and they finish talking. As Thog, if there's anything you'd like to say to the rest of the party, this is the last time you will interact with them. For the session, at least.
Well, you all should prepare yourselves. This island is not exactly the best place to be, especially right now for anybody who uses magic.
Yes, magic has been quite a bit weird the closer we got to Agabust. This island that we are currently moored on, it doesn't let you regenerate magic. So if you're going to take... That's why we have pushed off to the side of the island. Once we decide to take a rest, we will have Captain Terran Blackwater move us out of the island's range, periphery, so we can regenerate magic before we finish our rests. Anyways, I thank you very much, Thog. Is there anything else you would like to say to our friends here before you get your rest for the night?
Oh, there was one thing that I meant to leave with you all. And he reaches into just sort of a little pouch at his side and pulls out Mitty's watch covered in that bismuth crystal stuff,
So
and
go ahead.
kind of just sets it on the table where they're eating and slides it towards the group in general.
Alright, so he pushes this small band of brass and copper that has this almost like sundial, the small sundial in it with a crystal, and it seems to like make its own small bit of light that creates a very accurate time of day. And as you're looking at it, it would be gold and brass, but the same bismuth color has currently engulfed it. And as you look at it, it's strange. The strange crystal that was circular on the item itself has shifted from just a general blue color to almost looking as if it has the map of the world of Turam on it. But as you look at it, there's more continents than a normal map of Turam would have. As you touch it, it hums with magic power.
Figured one of you could make better use out of it than I could. I don't understand the thing.
You want a rule? I'll take it. If you want it, have it. If not, I'll take it.
I have plenty. It won't
Alright.
matter terribly much in the end.
I would say, Stephanie, write down in
Yes.
your inventory Middy's watch.
Cool.
As you take it, it almost seems to drift in a certain direction as you hold it up,
It's
pointing
moving.
towards that central island.
Well, at least the watch agrees with where we gotta go. Huh. Okay. Well, I say let's eat and then move.
So, as Thog leaves you and you finish eating and begin to move off on your directions to maybe go get a full long rest at this point, to heal any wounds you've acquired and maybe any magic or any of your abilities, Sedekar pulls you off to the side, Raoul, just before you go to sleep. My good friend Raoul, may I speak with you, please, in my private chambers?
Very well.
Right. He pulls you in, and as he pulls you in, the lights that are always shining seem to suddenly shift to darkness, and almost like candlelight appears floating in the middle of the air. Raoul, I had a dream a few nights ago. Voices, errant voices, spoke to me. They mentioned you by name. They mentioned Raoul, the knower-to-be. The one who will make the world perfect. The golden child. The unknown. They mentioned to me a spell. A challenge. One to aid you in your goal. A piece to your goal. And I believe I have stepped up to that challenge. I do not know if it has been finished or it will be enough, but you have 3 days to look it over. And he pulls out this large spell scroll tube case that's like 2 foot in length. And he starts to unfold it, and as he does, he pulls out this large piece of parchment and just places it on the table. And you can see a spell he's theorized and started to craft. You could see the connecting weaves of arcane creation. Raoul, roll me an Arcana check.
Alright. Fucking... This dice, man. Natural 20 for a 26.
Raoul, as you look at this parchment, it takes you but a minute. You recognize the patterns of a transmutation spell. You also recognize the patterns of high spells. You know this spell would require too much mana focused on one point than anybody that you know of, even Barnabas, would be able to cast. This is
Oh god.
a spell not even finished at the moment. You can see the threads starting to connect, and you could probably finish this within the next 2 days if you worked on it. This would be considered an 11th level spell. And there's only one way you can cast this kind of spell. On the moment that you know as the apex or the zenith of creation. That is your only possibility. As you look at this spell, you know how you can transform it into what you need. You just need the materials to write it out. And Sedekar does not have those for you. Now, I do not know how much further my mind can press into this spell, but I've weaved as much as I can from the arcane. This is yours to take. I just took up the challenge. I do not know what your goal originally is, but if it is transmute of this level as it should be, you are working with either great good, for the greater good, or the greater evil. Whatever you do will be great. will be world changing. I hope you know what you do.
The world made perfect, Satakar. You will be rewarded. Your weight in gold and much, much more.
Roll me a persuasion check.
All right.
'Cause he has-
4.
Okay. As he looks at you, I want to go into the secrets call.
Oh boy.
Raoul, can you hear me?
I can.
Sedekar looks at you. And he looks at the transmutation spell that he spent days working on. And Raoul, as you look at him, you immediately recognize the brain of an intelligent man, putting together pieces, cogs of a machine. And you recognize the enlightenment in his eyes. And he looks at you. You would not, would you, Raoul?
Okay, so sorry, before we go into this,
Yeah?
I think it would be. Okay. I think it would be interesting if the rest of the party knew of this out of character.
I just can't trust them out of character, man. They keep using information out of character in character, that's the problem.
I mean,
It's up to you. Do you want them to know or not?
I think I might like them to know.
Alright, that's why I
Give
pulled you
them-
here. Yeah. Okay.
Give them a shot.
Okay.
Let's see if they can hold.
Okay. Let's go back. So guys, really quickly, Raul has let me know that he's okay with you guys knowing this. This is your one chance in this campaign.
What?
Goblin, you
Can you guys
Reset
hear
your
me?
mic. Oh, there you are.
get
So-
out.
Raul has let me know that he's okay with you guys knowing this because he wants to give you a chance. Well, I want to give you a chance out of character to know something. And if you guys blow that chance in the future, there will be no more chances, just so you're aware. So
writing
this
it down.
is out of character information you guys will be knowing. Do not use it in character yet, please. Anyways, so as I was saying, Raul, as you say that it's worth his weight in gold, he looks towards the transmutation spell, and you recognize an intelligent man starting to pick up on something, as if he's calculating in his mind. And all the cogs just fit. And he looks at you. You would not do that, would you, Raul? You're not doing what I think you're going to do.
And what do you think?
A world made perfect. Did you not learn from the tale of Midas?
Midas was insignificant, but
Bruh.
a humble strand in a grand loom. He did not understand the powers with which he meddled.
Roll me a persuasion check, please.
Oh no.
I see what you mean now. Buy your weight in gold. And
9.
9.
You know what's funny? I'll just say, damn, Roll really loves the phrase "your weight in gold."
I know. I actually DM'd him this session in gold, you say.
Oh yeah.
He looks at you, Raul. Sedekar is not willing to... you just... That roll's so bad. Ah, damn. Okay, the story's going this way, I guess. Raul, he looks towards you. I cannot let this pass, my friend. I apologize.
Oh boy, here we go.
This is where your story ends. And he's gonna tap his staff on the ground and start. And I need you to roll initiative against him, Raul.
All right.
Roll. Win the 1v1 rule.
I don't know what spells he has, so I'm just gonna assume he has these spells.
I remember
So,
two
is
that I
Kira
used last
still-
time.
Is Kira still technically a part of the campaign, or has he formally dropped?
He's dropped for reasons, and I said he could come back whenever he wants. But his character's gonna die here, man. Most likely. I'm letting you know.
Only
Alright.
spell- The only spells I know he has for sure are Hold Person and Silence, because they're the ones he used in the solo session.
Wait,
Yeah.
you think Roll's gonna die?
No, not Raul.
No, Roll.
Yeah.
Roll is fine. He's got plenty of options.
Okay, I was say, if you
But
fucking
what?
kill Roll, I swear to God.
But what if roll? Either way, we're gonna get.
All right.
It's gonna get fucked for
What'd you
us.
roll?
Like,
What'd you roll for initiative?
My initiative is gotta check my data. 14.
14. All right. As you see him about to cast a spell, what are you doing? He's casting a spell at you. And you recognize it because he's used it multiple times in front of you. It is hold person.
All right. Let's see. One moment while I check a spell description. Ah. Darn. Sorry, I'm not. This is transitioned. I'm now checking several spell descriptions.
Roll. The only reason he's attacking you, man, is because you rolled so low. I'm like, if he rolls high enough, maybe Sedekar will do something in the future, or maybe try to stop you in some way later, but not right now. But you didn't roll high enough, man. Because he's not going to let you just do what you want to destroy the world.
Oh yeah, good. Well, no, I'm not destroying it. I'm making it perfect.
You know what
Come
I
on,
mean,
we've
though.
gone over
Yes,
this.
yes. But you got to
oh
realize.
god.
Yeah.
All right, well.
But at least there is me to eventually stop him.
So
Hopefully.
we're on a boat, and
Mhm.
usually boats are not very dry.
Yeah.
So, this
Don't
typically
cast
culminates
fireball.
in the form of, a lot of moisture in a boat. It often tends to cling to people's clothes. Can I use shape water to try and fucking essentially alter his movements a little bit and try and disrupt the spell?
Shape water into his lungs.
I'll say yeah, sure, yeah. As I'm gonna roll a dexterity save against this. So what's your spell save DC?
That is a 14.
So as you see him casting this spell, you move his staff that he's holding as well as the clothing he's wearing. You just see him like you mean to just like stop him from casting the spell a little bit or making his spell fail, and he just hits the roof into the ground, immediately going prone. Anyways, that's shape water.
All right. What is the initiative here? Is that me going first?
That's you going first, yeah.
All right. I am going to walk up to him then,
Mhm.
rather slowly.
Okay.
And place a foot on each of his hands.
All right.
Just going to look down at him as I draw my wand case and slip out my wand of lightning bolts. And end my turn.
All right. As you pull
Actually, before I do so,
okay, go
I
ahead.
will cast Sanctuary on myself as a
Alright.
bonus action.
As you pull out the wand, you use that to create your somatic components as you feel the energy push over you. As he looks up towards you and he just sees this golden aura coming off of you, creating a sanctuary. Midas was a fool. I thought you a grand man, but you're even greater a fool than he.
You draw upon names which are not even entirely relevant. A greedy man. I am an alchemist. I see between the lines, between matter, and I see the cracks.
Perfection is impossible for us. This world has its flaws, but we live with them because we are human. You are not. At this point, you see him trying to pull his hands out, and you see him look down to a necklace he's wearing. I am not perfect, and I will not let you decree if I am or if I am not. He's gonna make an athletics check to try and get one of his hands free.
Right?
Make me opposed. This is gonna be in chat because it's opposed athletics checks here.
All right. Rolls.
I'm just gonna give him a +2 because I don't know what his thing is. So. Actually,
Well,
might
I have a
his stats.
-3. Oh yeah, he
I,
would.
I might have his stats actually. Let me check.
You have a 6 in steering.
Oh
for
wait,
a
here we. I could. I think I'll do this actually.
You're
As
gonna
a
silver barbs
reaction,
yourself.
I'm gonna Silver Ray Barbs myself and give him the disadvantage.
Okay. Who? What is his name? It is Cure. I'm trying to find his. There he is. Okay.
Okay, I somehow rolled worse.
Yeah, you
Just
now
be a
have a
bitch.
-1.
Oh, he
You
has a
can't.
0. So.
Yeah, bro, he can't fail
All
anymore.
right, come on, he's.
Well, he could take either roll. He could take in my game. I allow you to take either roll when you roll with silver barbs. Yeah.
All right, that's gonna be the. It's gonna be the 2.
So as he tries to
Yo.
pull his hand out, you see that he's struggling. What is your strength score?
It's a 5.
All right, so he manages to get it out just in time, but he can only use an action, a bonus action, or a reaction. He can't use movement because he's prone. He's gonna grab the necklace he's wearing. He's gonna go. If you survive this, I hope you realize the flaw in your logic. And he's gonna grab and crush the fireball necklace he's wearing.
All 9 beats?
No, it's only... Let me roll to see how many it is. It's only 4. So he's gonna use all 4. So that would be...
That's...
level 5 fireball or something like that?
3rd, 4th, 6th level.
6th level, okay. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw roll.
Alright, go gadget absorb elements.
Oh, he doesn't need to make it. He's killing himself for free.
Alright, 17.
17, okay. And this is a 6th level fireball, so let me pull up fireball. 17? Yeah, you definitely make the you make the save. So let's see here. Only 6, 8 extra each, so that's 3, so okay. So
that
where
should
you
be
would have
11.
taken 30, you only take 15 points of fire damage. As the explosion...
Don't forget absorb elements.
Oh, you're using... Okay, so that means 7 points of fire damage. As the explosion hits, you watch as the explosion starts to hit the parchment that was on the table. And it just catches flame, burning, cindering immediately, as you are thrust out of the doorway, rolling through the ground. However, with that natural 20, you do remember... Actually, I'll have you roll another Arcana check after this with advantage, but as you get burst out, there seems to... I'm going to roll to see if he would have done this, just because... No, he would have, but... As you get burst out, there seems to be less noise from the explosion as you get burst out of the room. The sound of the explosion fades almost as you get out of the room. And as you land, you look in and you see the crackling fire, but you barely hear it. Everyone else, as you're starting to fall asleep in your rooms, if you'd like to make me perception checks, including Thog. In chat, please.
Oh god.
Yes, you fall asleep immediately.
I am actually glad about that. Because my character right now with Roll has the sensitive see no evil, hear no evil, say no evil.
I rolled a 14.
Okay.
barrel's done
14.
shit.
So, Thog, you smell smoke.
I've smelled that a lot recently, so Thog is gonna immediately get to his feet.
Alright, you stand to your feet, and the smell of smoke it doesn't stay long. You don't hear anything burning. You don't hear anybody making a lot of noise or anything. But you smell smoke for a second.
He will draw one of his scimitars, and he's not going to rush anywhere, but he'll slowly start sort of going through the ship, I guess. Unless there's any way he can trace that smell.
I will say it's going to take you about 10 minutes to search the entire ship. Roll. In that 10-minute time, as you stand up and you realize the room is on fire, what are you doing? You see I would say the parchment isn't completely incinerated, but it is like halfway burnt at this point in the room.
Alright, well, that is my top priority.
Okay. So you're
I'm going to...
Go ahead.
Alright, I'm gonna use the power of Shapewater being poorly phrased and brazenly overpowered.
Yeah, agreed.
To douse the fire upon the parchment and then extract the moisture from the page so it isn't, damaged.
Okay.
Uh,
You do so in this blazing inferno, so you're going to take damage. You take 1 point of fire damage.
I rather not say anything because that might backfire for you,
sleep
Raul.
anyway, so shut it.
Yesh, what were you gonna say?
Wouldn't the ink also count as moisture?
Well, it's
That's
shaped
like
water, not
water.
shape. It's water, not ink.
Yeah, it's not shaped blood. It's shaped...
Most inks are water-based, have like a good chunk of water in it.
It does
The
not
dye would still be left on the page. The water's already dried out.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway, so...
Okay.
Thank you, Gesh. But please don't rules away again. I'm just fucking with you, it's fine. So, as you dry out the page and take this fire damage, are you doing anything else with the room or leaving it burning?
After stuffing the scroll into my robe, I am going to begin using shape water to help douse the flames.
Okay. As you begin to douse the flames, at this point, Thog, you look towards Sedekar's door, and you do see Raoul over there starting to cast spells. You see water starting to douse flames in the room.
Interesting. Then, as he approaches, Thog will... he has no reason to really try to be stealthy right now. He'll cast Mirror Image and stand in the doorway before tapping his sword against said doorway.
Alright. Raoul, you hear king, king, king against the doorway.
Do you intend to continue standing around or helping me to save your fucking ship?
Well,
Fucking
I have
ship.
doubt. I had doubts about who was the cause. But if it wasn't you... he will then... I don't even know how much he can really do to help you besides tearing off his... basically the silk he wears around his waist. It's not his pants. He just wears these silks around his waist. He'd just pull those off and start trying to put out fires.
Okay. Both of you just roll me a general survival check with advantage, both of you. I will say, Thug, as you're starting to put out fires, you do see a definite charred body that is turning to ash as the fires continue to burn.
Okay.
You do see a single signet ring on the hand that seems to onto the floor.
I got a 12.
Okay.
And a 21 for Thog.
Well, it was a 32 DC, so you both beat it. As you manage to put out the fires, the body turns to ash immediately, as the signet ring is the only thing left of the body, besides a staff. A familiar signet ring and staff to you, Thog.
Yes. Ah. The wizard perished. Well, he had outlived his usefulness to me anyway. It is not.
In that it appears we are much the same.
Though not in much else, I imagine.
That is doubtful. What business do you have in Agaburst?
Work. Private.
I see. Then I shan't disturb it. Me and the companions who boarded the ship will be departing immediately.
Hmm. I may do so as well.
Perhaps wise. I bid you luck.
Well, you can have his staff if you want, but this might fetch some coin somewhere. As he steps forward and picks up the signet ring.
Alright.
My man.
I gotta go. So I'm gonna just follow rules. I'm gonna do what rules doing pretty much. DM me if I'm needed. Bye.
Okay. So, as you pick up the signet ring and head out of the room, Thog, I'll let you know anything specific about the signet ring and DMs. So, Thog,
Okay.
is there anything else you would like to say to Rawl before you leave?
He might actually follow Rawl as well for now.
Alright. So, as you stay at the door, Rawl, there's a staff in front of you.
I'll take it.
Alright. You take the staff and you look at it. It's this nice, I believe it was a silver staff with a blue gem on top, or a platinum staff. I can't remember which it was. But as you look at it, it's fancily made and it's very good for. It feels like it's an arcane focus.
Is that all?
You could take some time with it to try and figure out what it is.
Things for later. I'll stuff it in my bag.
Okay. You stuff it in your bag, and as you do so, I assume you would like to go to sleep, right, Roll?
Oh no, I said immediately. We're leaving.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're getting the ship started then.
No, like I am. Well, actually, how many people are on this boat that I need to worry about?
You could ask Thog.
If
How many?
Dog.
Thog, there's about 5 other crewmates besides Captain Blackwater. One of them is that big buff man, and there's your party members and Thog.
Oh, well.
Funny enough, though, you do see 2 other Thogs standing at the outside of the doorway, and another one on the opposite side of you from where Thog is standing.
Ugh. I guess we might need a boat in the archipelago. Man, where's a folding boat when you need one? I love really specific magic items.
I offered you a boat in a bottle. Oh no, I offered Mitty a boat in a bottle, and he didn't go for it.
Man, if only Mitty had taken it, so it could have eventually found its way into someone else's hands.
Well, the crew is only 5, and the captain,
I see.
aside from myself.
I
I'll
suppose
remind
this
you.
isn't a.
You don't know how to drive a ship, any of you. Continue.
I suppose this isn't a large vessel. So long as they do not ask too many questions, then I see no reason to depart from the vessel itself.
Well, when the captain loses, I will speak.
I trust in your deft persuasive ability.
Yes, and I trust in my blades should anything go wrong.
So, as the 2 of you begin to make your way to Captain Terran Blackwater, after the death of a so-called friend or party member, in his attempt to stop Raoul, unbeknownst to everyone else, from a world of perfection, as you begin to make your way up onto the deck of the ship to speak with Terran Blackwater, as the sun rises in the distance, with 2 days left until the solstice starts. You can see the Aurora Borealis is growing stronger, and that funnel is starting to get bigger. Its flicks are getting more precise towards the center island. The flowing rapids are getting much more wild and wacky. The winds, warm but cold in the lungs. As the boat that is moored at the moment drifts upon this small sea. That is where we're going to end the session.